A-Rap money now. Use that chips account A-Rap money now.
Welcome to Fully Baked Radio. SativaCross.com. Brought to you by Medical-Freedom.com. And our new sponsor, MagicalButter.com.
Chips account A-Rap money now.
So it's Monday. Good afternoon, gentlemen, ladies. Are you on there? Hey.
Test.
What's up, guys?
It's good, city.
Yeah.
City of Trenton.
What's going on, man?
This is the Fully Baked Radio Show coming to you live outside the Trenton Town Hall. On Thursdays, it's out in front of the State House. On Tuesday nights, it's in Morris County. And every night on our radio show, we are giving away. Will you shut up? I'm trying to do a radio show, and you poke him. He pokes me while I'm trying to talk. He pokes me, and he goes like this to me. Ha, 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 lefty, woo, 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 ha, ha, ha. And I'm supposed to stop the show and talk to you now. What do you want, Bill? What were you going to say? What were you going to say that was so important?
He's going to say,
grab
hi.
the yellow mic and grab it. Go ahead. Take the mic and tell me. Go ahead.
Once a month, the magical butter, right? Not once a week.
Every day this week, we are giving away. Well, you have an opportunity to get a magical butter machine, yes. Every day this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. You can call into the show, and you have a chance to win a magical butter machine. But you have to be a medical marijuana patient. You can't have a machine already. I know if you have a machine. So if you have a machine, you're going to call in. I know.
Do they know what a magic butter machine is?
This machine is incredible. It makes medicine for sick people. It will take your cannabis and make an oil or a tincture out of your cannabis in 8 hours or 4 hours. It's an amazing machine. And I want you people to call in and win this machine. But I don't want you calling in to make limoncello and tomato sauce. It'll do it. This machine will do that. But that's not what it's for. This is for medicine. This is for kids. If you're a kid and if you're a parent of a child that's epileptic or cancer, call in and you'll have an opportunity to win this machine. Every month this year, we'll have a machine to give away. Woo! How's that?
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
And you have to answer one question.
6 things.
Only one question.
You have one question to answer when you call in. Is your mic on? Hold on there. What's going on there? There we go. That's better. That's better. So, when you call into the show, you have to answer one question, and this is the question. Ah, shit. Hold on, I stink. Talk it up for a second.
We're talking it up.
Magic Butter, the greatest man of all, is
He's
teaching others how to not need it.
This is why we need a producer.
4,000-year history of medicine.
He's starting his own brand, weed. He's coming out with his own brand of weed, and his motto thing is it's like if it's not good, he's not going to sell it. So he's basically saying if it's garbage, he's not going to have it. So he's going to have the top illest bud ever. Feel me? Like best grains, best brands.
Definitely, man.
No, nobody's interested. No takers.
Hear you.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You gotta talk right into that. side, talk right into the front of it. And I had to shut the fan off. That fan was too loud. Okay, we're
That
back.
might have been it too.
The fan
I
was
might have heard the fan
fan's
skip
noisy.
you.
Sorry.
This is why.
Technical difficulties.
This is why we need a
Absolutely.
producer, ladies and gentlemen. So
How much does producer pay?
absolutely nothing. Okay, so
Pays loud.
so if you want a magical butter machine, this is the question you have to answer.
What do you think the meaning of life is?
To live and to live in the mystery and to find purpose and to live in the now. Magic. Now.
Love this guy. That's it right there, meaning of life.
What's your most adventurous memory?
Not dead here.
This. I remember this. This is an adventure. This is the memory.
So far, this guy's in the lead. For a magical butter machine, the crazy guy, the naked guy, he's in the lead. But he hasn't called in yet.
What advice do you have for
He
young
deserves
Already
it.
got a machine already.
Younger generations.
He's putting that
Live
to
in the
test.
moment.
There you go.
Don't get old. Don't judge people because you can't be free if you judge people. Love now. Create. Inspire.
Mind you, he's naked right now while he's saying all this. That's it.
How can you judge people if you're running around naked? You can't really judge people.
By doing what you love.
Yeah,
So
that's
far-
weird to me out there.
This. The moment.
All right, so far, the crazy guy with the wild hair, naked guy. I don't know what his name is, but so far if he calls the show, he's in the lead.
First nominee.
His name is Preston.
His name is Preston, really? Come on.
I was just thinking of a really proper name for a crazy guy.
This is the guy that runs through the stores with the drum and naked and gets kicked out of stores.
For those of you that can't see him, he's fully naked. He looks like Sasquatch.
Talk into the mic, William, please. I'm going to kill you today.
I'm not sure that man's name, but him and a few other people, they get together in Union Square in New York City
Yes.
on the cannabis parade, and they do some form of play, and they're all in their underwear.
Oh, that's crazy.
But anyway, that's
How do you know about this?
because the last 2 years that I went to New York to parade
Runner up.
in the cannabis parade, and we ended up going to Union Square.
Got those shorts on.
Twice
Yeah.
I saw him.
Look at those shorts.
Last year and this year.
And what were you wearing?
Pardon me?
Were you wearing underwear?
Oh, I was dressed.
Yes, you were. No, dressed in underwear.
No, I was dressed.
In underwear.
In clothing.
You had underwear on.
Boy shorts.
Yes, but it
Yes,
wasn't
thank-
exposed.
Wait.
Man shorts.
Wait,
Woo!
you had
Tough.
you had underwear on.
Yes. But what does that have to do with this man?
Just messing with you.
Huh? What does this have to do with the question about this man? All I was trying to do was give you a little information of where that scene was taken from and when it was taken.
Thank you.
That's
William.
all.
Thank you, William. Thank you very much for your contribution. So what do you think about that?
In later news.
So I think we'll give out a phone number. So to call in and to win this magical butter machine, call 908-616-0682. If you want to win a magical butter machine, 908-616-0682, and we'll take your calls today. And we'll ask you the question, what is the meaning of life? And if you can answer that question correctly, you can win a magical butter machine at the end of the month.
And man, listen, I know you need a magical butter machine.
The greatest
Everybody needs
medicine
one.
of all.
Real word, everybody needs this thing.
The greatest
It's
medicine
amazing.
of all.
Sitting here looking at it, it's amazing. You can do anything.
Magic butter.
It cooks, it cleans.
This should be a
It's
household
the magic
standard.
butter machine. You
It
feel
does
me?
clean itself. It does.
Wow.
It's got Dan. It's got everything. Anything you need in life is in this machine right now.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you want,
Whatever
bro.
you want,
Cannabis
buddy.
not
Turns to
included.
car. You know.
You get stoned enough, it'll do anything.
Bring your own kush.
So this will be an ongoing contest throughout December. Sex toy. Give him a mic. What'd you say? Give him a mic. What did you just say?
Magic
Is
butter
it a
sex
sex
toy?
toy too?
Why are you interested in that?
Hey man, this thing does everything. I told you already.
If you're stoned enough, it'll be It'll be your companion.
It was
Yes.
only an afterthought. Afterthought. It was only an afterthought.
You didn't hear it in the name?
Well, maybe Garen Angel could put an attachment on there for you. Okay?
Magic
I'm-
butter.
I'm gonna put the alarm clock on it that turns to your favorite
It's got-
station every morning.
It's got a clock.
Yeah, clock radio. I imagine at least that. Yeah.
Fully.
Espresso machine on one side.
radio.
It doubles as an espresso machine.
This is
too.
why we call it fully baked radio. Just a bunch of stoned people
Fully
come up with
baked.
crazy. Yeah. Sometimes those ideas stick, though. You never know. So what is the meaning of life? Does anybody have an answer to that question here? Does anybody want to answer that question? What do you think, Dan? What's the meaning of life?
Reese peanut butter cups.
Oh, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, bro. Those and Kit Kats I've been eating lately.
I saw the truth at an early age.
That's your higher power, Reese's peanut butter cups?
Oh yeah, one of them. I have a pantheon.
And seriously, what's your higher? You have a higher power?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I do.
Fully baked
Yeah,
radio.
because I kind of believe that being in tune with the universe and everything is like you draw a great power from that. If the closer your input devices can pick up about it. So yeah.
Fully baked radio. You're on the air.
Yeah, I got the answer to the meaning of life.
Yeah, who is this? What's your name?
My name is Mark.
Hey, Mark. How are you, buddy?
What's up, Mark?
I'm doing well.
Are you a medical marijuana patient?
Say again?
Are you a medical marijuana patient?
Smoke weed, Mark?
No, I'm not a patient.
Oh.
Recreational.
Okay. Okay. What's your answer?
My answer is the meaning of life is just to procreate, and that's it. You're born.
You like to bang?
And, yep.
You mean smoke weed and
I
appropriate,
do have
right?
4 children.
I'm sorry.
I do have 4 children.
So you smoke weed?
Sure.
Recreationally, though. You don't smoke it for medical reasons.
Well, it does ease my back pain, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, do you appropriate?
You can't hear. You have to talk over here.
You appropriate?
You procreate while you smoke marijuana?
Do I procreate while I smoke marijuana? No, usually after.
So, are you in New Jersey? Because can you get a card? Can you become a patient in New Jersey or no?
Sure, I could. I have friends in New Jersey. I could go there.
What do you mean you have friends in New Jersey? You need a doctor friend to get a card. It's very hard to get a card in New Jersey. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I was born there, so it's no problem for me.
You got enough money to pay for medical marijuana at $538 an ounce?
No, I'd rather grow my own.
I hear you. Me too, man. Me too. Well, okay, so
Right, but
let me ask you.
That's my answer. That's my answer to the question.
Let me ask you-
Because I'd like to win a butter machine.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in God?
Of course.
Can you explain how God works? Can you do any explanation on how it all works and you know, are we being watched? Are we trying to learn something while we're here on the earth? What's the story?
Now, I think pretty much you put this on this earth. We procreate, and we die, and then it just keeps going on and on. Something's going to break, though, I guarantee you.
So do you think you have a soul? Does your soul go anywhere after you die?
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well,
I'm
so
pretty sure it goes somewhere.
come over here and talk if you want to talk to him. Go ahead. Bill has a question for you, I think. What's your question, Bill?
All right.
Through your life experiences, do you feel that you become a teacher or a student?
Oh, a teacher for sure. I'm 52 years old.
Wow. Okay. All right, Mark. Well, you know what? Go
I'm
ahead.
an ex-Little League coach. What do you want? I mean,
All right, thanks,
I'm
Mark.
definitely a teacher.
Okay, Mark, are you in Pennsylvania or Jersey?
I'm in Pennsylvania currently.
Okay. How did you hear about the show, by the way?
Oh, just watch it on YouTube with my friend.
Oh, so you're a fan?
Sure. I was just reading this flyer, this menu from the New Jersey Weed Man's joint. It looks pretty.
Woo!
pretty
Yeah.
appetizing.
I love it. I love it. That's a great picture, too. I love the picture.
Gotta liven this up, Mark.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Well, I tell you what. You're a front runner. You're the first caller, and you're the front runner. So you are in the lead. But I got to tell you the truth. If some kid calls up and they have cancer, or some kid has epilepsy, sorry, bro, you're going to be out of luck on that one.
Throwing it in the trash, Mark.
Yeah, but I got a bad back.
All right, we'll take that. Well, I hear you. I got a bad back too, so I'm with you on that. So you have till the end of August, and so far you're in the front. You're the winner, so far. So
right.
well, hold on. William is going to take your information and your phone number or whatever, and thanks for playing and good luck. I hope you win.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks,
Come to our
Mark.
show in front of the State House.
Thanks for listening. Hold on. Here, take his information there,
That's
Bill.
sarcasm, Mark.
Take his information and like a producer, like a real producer. I'm not in charge of paper and pencil, Bill. That's not my job. That's a producer's job. You see, a producer gets and try not to lose the call. Don't lose the call.
Thank God I'm volunteering this.
Oh Jesus.
Bill's our intern.
Bill, don't. First of all, rule number one: don't drop the call. Go ask Weedman wake Weedman up. Go wake him up. He's in a daze.
Wake him up, man. Wake him up.
Shake him, wake him up, and say, Weedman, do you have a pencil and paper?
There you go. Easy money.
I mean,
What a crew.
he sounds like a future customer here
That's what happens
anyway.
when you smoke. You be lazy and tired and shit.
He's always out of it, man. William, I'm not giving you no more weed. That's it. You're cut off.
Like 30 steps.
Smoke some indica.
He couldn't even take 30 steps.
Guys, information. Sorry, Mark. Yours is going in the trash, Mark.
No, Mark, you're in the lead, and I actually hope that nobody else sick calls because I don't want to hear these horrible stories.
Yeah, terrible.
These stories are
Terrible.
they're horrible.
Hopefully, we have all healthy people.
Procreation and smoking
Yeah.
and all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, hopefully all healthy people will be calling, like Eric says, and Mark will win the machine. Good luck, Mark.
Good luck, Mark.
I hope you win. And that's a good answer. Procreation. Because all guys like to bang. I think women like to bang too. Everybody likes to. Who doesn't like to bang? Come on, man. Really?
Especially when you smoke loud.
Jeez. I just banged this morning. I'm going to bang when I get home. No, I'm just kidding. I got a bad back. I don't bang much at all. Seriously, when you got a bad back, it's tough to bang. I'm serious, man. Dude.
It's back, man. It's more popular than ever before.
What's back?
Between
The
21
60s.
and 30.
What's?
For you, it's over. You feel me? Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's over for you.
You know what banging means, don't you? You're not that old, are you?
You know, smashing.
I'm 68.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
They still
So
bang
he,
at your
he
age.
got
young,
to go
huh?
through the 60s.
Let me tell you something. Hanging out here,
It'll age you, huh? Age you fast. Look at this guy. He was 12. Look at the shirt. Superman shirt. Like 12 yesterday.
I
I
man.
remember stories a museum guard gave me about fighting in the trenches in World War I. Yeah.
Yeah, super deep.
How is that
Yeah.
lemonade?
I remember when my grandpa played at the Moose Hall right down the street here. I don't remember when. He died in 1924 he died. He would play piano for dances.
That's what's up, man.
Hold on.
Definitely
Hold on.
Oh,
What's
here
up?
we go. Here we go.
What's up, Weed Man? How are you? How was your party this weekend?
Man of the hour.
Okay, I got you. Got you.
It was great. We had, it was over 100 people here. I think there was like 50 of them at a time. The people who were early, like 5 or 6, kind of left. But then there were people here like 11 and 12. And I think there were 2 different groups, you know? Like, at around 5 or 6, there was like a certain crowd. And then that crowd migrated out away, and a new crowd came in. By 12 o'clock, it was a different crowd. But we had a good time.
Definitely did.
It looked like fun. I couldn't make it. I was sick. Almost didn't make it today.
Well, you're always sick.
Oh, no, it's been rough.
In the head.
man.
In the head. We
It's
know.
been rough.
We know. We know.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. William, you gave me a... William, I'm going to kill you. Hold on.
What do you
Did
do
William
this time?
take care of your information, Mark? Did he get your information? Okay, he's got it. Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
I'm the father of 4, and the 17-year-old's hooked on spice. The 14-year-old is ADDHD. The 10-year-old is autistic, and the 9-year-old has anger issues. So that's my fucking life.
I'm a little confused. What did you say, Mark?
All right, you ready for my information?
No, I have your information. We have your phone number, so we're going to call you.
All right.
Yeah,
my
we're going to...
phone number is
Yeah, if you won...
570.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. I got you. Boy,
Yeah, he's
okay,
smoking.
Mark, thank you, buddy. We'll call you if you won.
He definitely smokes.
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
You still on the line after all that time?
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
William, you're the worst. You're the worst. Why would you give the freaking host the fucking phone back? What is wrong with you? What am I supposed to do while I'm on the air talking and you give me the phone? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Produce the show, engineer the show, host the
Bully,
show,
bait,
and then I'm over there and you got dead air over here.
radio.
I'm going to kill all you. All you. And then you talk off mic. Then you talk off the mic. I'm like, do you want me to, you want to drive me crazy?
You need to have a smoke.
Give me some weed. Jesus, God, give me some weed. That's it. You've pushed me over the edge, Bill. You fucking pushed me over the edge.
In 5 minutes, we'll be like, we're all good.
I just want to give away a machine to a suffering person, and that's all I want to do. And I told you, we got to take this seriously. We have to take this, I take this responsibility very, very seriously. I told you this before.
Roll up.
So,
Roll up.
let's be ready with your paper and pencil.
See, I think he's ready for the rest of the show.
I think Bill's ready now. I
Yeah,
think we
Bill's
fired
ready
him up.
for the rest of the show. Anytime.
I got to smoke a joint now. I'm all upset now.
Paper, pencil, Rello. Be ready.
We're going to the joint break right now.
Gotta be ready, man.
Throw some music on.
Paper, pencil, Dutch Master.
You don't need to.
Fully baked radio.
Dan's got the music today. Dan, are you going to play guitar for us today? And soothe me? Just soothe me. I don't care about the rest of these guys. Please, just calm me down.
Can you play How High by Method Man and Redman?
Yeah, can you play some rap, some How High by Method Man? Yeah. Learn it. Go on YouTube and learn it, like, real quick.
You know Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath?
Yeah, play that.
Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath.
Wait, can you talk on mic again here? You know Sweet Leaf?
If I know the tune, I can play it. What's the name again?
Sweet Leaf.
Sweet Leaf.
From 1970. Like,
I
if
don't
you
know
know
nothing
the-
about
Black
that.
Sabbath. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
old are you?
You know the song.
I
You
stopped
know the
learning
song.
new
I know he's
songs in
68 though.
1965.
Wow.
It sucks. You're
Damn.
missing out.
Wow, you are
70s
old.
great.
Yeah, dude, you're super old.
70s are great.
I know all the show tunes. I know some of them.
Show tunes?
I do a couple.
Whoa.
Well, that's a little
But
too
it's
far
better.
back.
I,
Hey.
really, I
Little
found
too
out that,
much.
Yeah,
that
please
they were
pass
all,
the Dutch back.
It's jazz. It's jazz. Those are all jazz
No,
standards.
you cannot put your lips on that.
Dan, I'm gonna turn your mic off. You start
Jazz is
talking show
alright.
tunes.
Nothing wrong with jazz.
No.
Nothing wrong with jazz, though.
You did
But
show
show
tunes.
tunes,
Did you do
but
show
show
tunes in
tunes.
Bangkok?
Old Man River, for God's sakes, and
You like the Doobie Brothers? Come on.
what's that one I do?
Come on.
No.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we have one contestant. Dan, I'm sorry, not Dan. Mark is our first contestant, and hopefully he'll win. Hopefully we'll have no more sick stories to listen to. But I'm sure that we're going to hear more horrible stories as people call in with these issues, because there are some sick people that need a magical butter machine. It helps the parents because these parents need help. Whoa. What's it say? I have no patience. I'm listening. Nothing yet. I have no patience.
Listening to the show.
So who is that? What Trap?
of mine.
Who is Trap Sunshine?
Oh my goodness, terrible. Trap Sunshine is supposed to be listening. A viewer that's supposed to be listening to the show.
Okay.
She says she doesn't hear the show. Period. Is that even possible?
She says what?
She says.
She's not hearing any of us?
What do you mean she doesn't hear us?
That's what it said.
No. We're on the air because Mark just heard us. How did Mark call in?
It's okay. She smoked too, so maybe she.
I think she's stoned out of her ass.
All right, then we're good. Let's go.
Just how I'm going to be in a minute.
He said Trap Sunshine.
Okay. So can we wake Ed up and maybe have him help host the show? Hey, Ed.
Hey.
Ed, I'm sorry I didn't make it this weekend. I'm really sorry. Don't be
No
mad
It
at
was
me.
a great party.
I'm not.
But you'll make
Okay.
the next one.
Oh,
It's all good. It's all
I will.
good.
What was the best part
Just
of
pass
the?
me that joint though. You're lighting right now.
And what was the best part of the weekend that you liked?
When everybody left and I can go to sleep.
Uh,
Nah, I'm kidding. No, it was all good, man. You know, it's like I said, like 100 and something people came. We had a good time.
that's a lot.
I figured that was a good base for the next party or other parties in the future.
It was a blast.
Very good atmosphere.
Nice.
People were great.
Great atmosphere. Yeah. A lot of weed.
Always fun. Always
We
a pleasure.
here?
Weed here? There was weed smoking here?
No, of course not.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot
I don't
of
know
it.
how I feel about that.
Come on, man. You guys know where we are?
I tell you what I liked. I liked the picture I
On
saw
State Street.
in the Relief magazine, Chris Goldstein's magazine. It was called Relief. Ed Fortune, big old bong, talking about from zero to hero, about all the stuff that he did in last year in Trenton. He won all these awards. He won the Assemblyman Reed Gascura comes over here, gives him a joint resolution. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that was
Joint
good.
resolution for
that
the
was
joint.
good.
That was amazing.
That's awesome.
In all these years, I've never gotten an award from none of the marijuana organizations or nothing. Never High Times, Freedom Fighter of the Year, or Month, or any of that. There's a few other awards out there that they give out. So for a state legislature to hand me an award, that was unique. Actually, wait a minute. The Joys of Hemp 2 years ago did give me a plaque, so that was cool.
That's
But yeah, but for an actual award, yeah, that was cool. The state of New Jersey legislature voted to give me a joint resolution plaque, which is cool. Like 15 years ago, I went into the state house and smoked a fatty in there. I got escorted out by state police. So
Inside
now
the
for
state house.
a state senator to come in here, a state assemblyman to come in here and hand me an award, yeah, I feel like I told you so.
Word.
Yeah.
Word, definitely.
Nice.
You
Yeah.
know?
Right in his
And-
face, you feel me?
I think that's just one in the line of many that
Yeah.
we'll get in the
More to
future.
come,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, get used
Yeah,
to
more
it,
to
Reed,
come,
man.
man. Get used to it.
Get used to those accolades. It's about
Yeah.
time, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's about time.
That'll work. That'll work.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah. You've been putting in work for years, man. And time. Time in fucking jail.
And this
Yeah, I
city
was gonna
owes
say,
you.
wait a minute. There's some missing
City
time
owes
I
you.
got
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Shoot, I did 17 months to one time and 5 months for complaining about it. You know, I made those commercials. I did 5 months for that. And then there's a couple other times I just got harassed. I got kicked in the balls once too.
By who?
By a
kicked
state trooper.
Some old lady.
Bro, I was wearing
What's
I was
his
wearing
name?
a shirt that said, I forget his name. I was wearing a shirt that said legalized cannabis, and I was going into the state house, and his name was Rowdy Rob is what the state police called him. Rob Rosinski.
Rowdy Rob the trooper.
Yeah, he's a state trooper. Badge number, now you made me think about it. Badge number 5377.
Wow. Wow. Can't believe you actually remember that.
Yeah, that's what
Hell
happened.
yeah,
when
he
you-
kicked me in the
you
balls,
left.
man.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
hurt forever.
Oh, my
Remember that
God.
You know, I was on the ground like in agony, like because I had a weed shirt on, and I was coming into the state house, and he was like, "You can't come in here," with that. I was like, what? And then, of course, I refused to leave. And when I refused to leave, he got upset. He got upset. I didn't get upset.
He was just like, boom.
Yeah.
At least he was
well,
following his
he
training.
grabbed me by my neck and my hair and tried to pull me down. But he was a little guy. He just couldn't pull me down. You know? And he resorted to a swift kick in the nuts.
Like,
Wow.
It was in the paper.
black
Wow.
Yeah. And then I got found
That's wild.
guilty of trespassing.
That's
That
right.
building is a state building. It's a public building. How could you get
Absolutely.
hit with it?
You're
it was
banned.
it was during hours and everything.
Is this guy still a trooper?
Yeah, did you take
The
any
last
kind of
time
action
I
against
know
him?
do you remember like maybe 4 or 5 years ago there was a accident and Christie was in the car?
Yeah.
And he had an
Highway
accident.
somewhere, yeah.
Rowdy Rob was the driver.
Wow. So he got a promotion.
I don't
then.
know what happened to him. Yeah, he
Kicked
did.
you in the balls and got a
He,
promotion.
he
huh?
became he was a state trooper that escorted Christie around that first year or two. He was one of his drivers, and then he had an accident. Well, for a state trooper to get on to the Capitol detail, guarding the Capitol and all, he's done a lot of dirt. You know, that's a promotion. That's a cushy job for them. And at some point, like I said, he even got even higher than that and ended up being one of the governor's drivers.
Yeah, terrible.
And a couple years ago, like I said, when he had that accident on the Parkway, he was the driver.
Wow.
Wait a minute, who broke their leg?
Corzine.
Corzine. It was
It was
Governor
Corzine. It was
Corzine. It
Corzine.
wasn't Christie. You're right. It was Corzine. He Rowdy
That
Rob
happened in my
Brzezinski was the driver.
Imagine if Christie broke his leg and he was bedridden for like 6 months, how fat he would be. Man,
Imagine the bed sores on that thing.
imagine the shits he takes.
I don't want to.
Hey,
But
man,
we
why
see
you-
all the commercials
why
for
you
him for
guys
president.
always go
I
with
seen
the fat
Wayne
jokes?
on YouTube. That's good enough. That's close
Why
enough.
you always on the fat jokes with Christie?
It's easy.
Yeah, natural.
Low hanging fruit, just like us. We're low hanging fruit. Well, he's low hanging fruit.
He's lower though, much lower. He fell to the ground.
I don't know about using that one. You know the history of that term.
Low hanging
Never
fruit.
mind. I'm not even gonna get into that.
No,
one right
what do
now.
you? No, no. What do you mean?
I don't.
You don't know the history
No,
of
I don't.
low hanging fruit?
No.
It's lynching black people.
Oh Jesus.
That's what it was called.
Come on, man.
He didn't
I
want to
mean,
hear that.
Google
did he?
it.
Are you serious?
Low hanging fruit was talking about black people hanging off of a rope off of a tree. That's what the term comes from.
Really?
Low hanging fruit. Was black
Explain
people
yourself,
lynched.
please. I've never
Well,
heard
you
that.
just did, man.
I
You
just
told
did.
us.
Google it. I mean, I don't know that.
Why fruit?
I knew that term. Remember, was it Billie Holiday? Who sang the song "Low Hanging Fruit"? I think it was Billie Holiday.
I am not as old as you.
Google it. But that's what she's singing about. She's singing about no. What was the black woman who went to Europe and succeeded in Europe?
Baxter.
The
something?
singer, actress, not Billie Holiday.
After Baxter.
Marion Anderson. Or
Strange
something?
fruit? Is it strange fruit?
Yeah. But that was her like one of her best songs.
Josephine Baker. Yeah,
Josephine
that's what
Baker.
I was saying. Baxter.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Baker,
yeah.
though.
There you go.
Word.
And do you know Harry Anslinger harassed her
Hey,
and
good
chased
job,
her
old man.
around?
Really?
She was an activist before there was a term for it. She complained about racism and the drug war because remember she was a drug addict. She was a heroin addict. And she complained about racism in her songs and in her actions. She went and gave speeches in like France about the treatment
She was
here.
super popular over there.
And
in Europe.
yeah, and she made a song called Low Hanging Fruit, which was about hanging black people.
This one here? Strange fruit or low hanging?
Maybe a strange fruit.
Strange fruit. Okay, strange.
I think it comes from the term low hanging fruit. Listen to the song.
I'll have to Google this.
What
now.
year is this from?
1940 something. Harry Anslinger used to harass her.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
it's an anti-racism song.
Yeah.
I was born in the 70s, but only remember the 2000s. So.
But let me tell you something, guys. We got black people, white people here, and red people. And let me tell you something. When my ancestors were here, and we had just bears and deers, we didn't have racism. When you white people and you black people got here, that's when the racism started. So as far as I'm concerned, you all can get out of my country. All of you, get the hell out. You ruined my damn country with your racism. Get the hell out of here. Really, we had deers, and we banged our women, and we had nice water, and we had trees.
Got high on peyote.
And we didn't have any of this stuff. We didn't have racism until you all got here.
Weed for everybody.
So either get the hell out or straighten your shit out, because I'm sick of it. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Fully baked
Radio.
That was a rant. That was a lefty rant.
This song is kind of depressing, man.
Well, she was probably stoned when she was singing this. And she was a heroin addict, so.
And
you
it's the
would-
40s.
So
You
she
wouldn't
probably
ex-
was going through something.
World War II
Yeah,
era.
You wouldn't expect
Everything's
her to do
depressing.
a really uplifting song. She was depressed.
Yeah.
I am going to Google the term low-hanging fruit because I've heard low-hanging fruit, but I've never heard it in that context. But I've also I learned something else this year. $5 Indian. Have you ever heard the term $5 Indian? It's a fake Indian. It's not a real Indian. People would
can you get
fake
that straight,
to be
please?
Indians to get
Yeah.
concessions from the government.
Actually,
I heard it.
that.
Sit your $5 ass down.
Yo, wait a minute. You know
$5
who
Indian,
says
man.
that?
That's like
You know who
Subway,
says that? Who's famous for
$5
saying that back in the
no.
80s? Donald Trump.
Donald Trump?
Yep. Google that term,
Oh,
too.
come on.
Yeah. Donald Trump, remember, he was a casino guy. So when they started making casinos all over the place, and remember the casinos in Connecticut? When they were forming it was like all these black people were in the executive board and stuff. He was like, these are $5 damn Indians. These ain't, they're not real Indians, they're black people.
Hey, it don't surprise me. It don't surprise me. I'm sure he's been saying lately. Wouldn't even doubt it.
Yo, the funny thing is, in the last couple months, Donald Trump's been getting a lot of publicity for the things he says, but he's always said things. I can remember a bunch of things he's said over the
It's
years.
just getting more blatant now. You feel me? Being that he's running and shit.
Well,
you feel me?
he's got the world's media paying attention to him now.
Like, he's taking full advantage of that.
He's
shit.
winning
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
He's
But
winning.
he always says asinine
He
things.
ain't
He's
winning,
an ass.
but he up in the polls and shit, but he ain't winning in reality. You know.
No, listen. He would get the Fox News vote, but unfortunately for us, they're not the majority. You know,
CNN.
He's got about 15% of the Republican vote, but since there's 16 of them running for office, you know, who knows how? You know, he doesn't really have that. They're making it a big thing that he's leading the Republican vote, but there's 16 of them. If it was one or two, I don't know.
He leading
Would
now.
Jeb Bush get?
I about to say, but when them other guys get in, yeah, they're gonna be rock stars as soon as they get in.
Yeah,
So
and then on top of that, most the Democrats they're all looking at him and laughing like, yes, let him represent the
Yeah,
Republicans.
joke.
Yeah,
full joke.
That's true about
Fully
like almost all the
baked
Republicans. Though.
Radio.
But you know what's funny? He's starting them up. Now they're starting to compete for who can say the most outrageous things. You know, Huckabee dropped a couple liners the other day. Even Sarah Palin jumped in.
Yes, she did.
But these are people that are known to do this, though.
Huh?
Like, this ain't nothing new, though. These people known to do this. Say
Yeah.
stupid shit or outlandish shit. You feel me?
Yeah, it's all good though. I think it's funny. I like
You're saying
watching the Republican
You saying
Party.
it's popular now? It's popular to
implode.
do it now, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Fully baked radio.
So
how do you know if this magic butter machine works?
Oh, it
It's
works.
magic, man.
It's-
Look
did
at
you
the
do it?
box. It says magic.
Did you use it?
Fucking works.
I've used it a bunch of times.
Okay, all right.
I love
Just
it.
wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah, it's a great machine.
Prove it.
Right now.
Right now.
On the box it says authentic product guarantee. So
You can win
Seems pretty legit.
and you can win a magical butter machine if
Really?
you answer one
Fucking
question.
magical.
The question is, what is the meaning of life? If you call in with that question, the answer, the question, meaning of life, you will win a magical butter machine.
magicalbutter.com.
You must be a patient or a caregiver.
That was a fart.
I think you might be onto something there.
What is the meaning of life?
What is the meaning of life?
You want this magic butter machine, you gotta earn it.
Escaping gas.
We are gaseous. We came from gas, a big ball of gas and minerals.
What was before that?
That's what I was referring to.
What came first, the
big-
chicken or the egg?
The
seed
Big
or the
Bang
people?
was a big fart.
The Big Bang is a big fraud. They're
It
saying
was a
now.
big fart from somebody. So
Now
who
they're
farted?
saying it never even existed. Again.
The never-ending story.
There is a correct answer, but you must have the correct answer to win. And if you have a magical butter machine, don't call in, because I will know. I know all of you people that have machines. I know everything. Don't try to mess with us. We're taking it seriously.
He called the company and got the list.
I know a lot of people want this machine. A lot of people. So, be dialing, people. Be dialing. 908-616-0682. 908-616-0682 if you want to win a magical butter machine.
Fully Baked Radio.
Somebody from Trenton call. Hurry up. Call. Trenton. Town. Call. It's your city. It's your magic butter machine.
Hey, we're really, really, really getting ready to go into some extra fully baked radio isms. I really do believe that in the next few days, that secret I was telling people about last week about fully baked radio going 24/7.
They don't
I
believe
think
it.
it's going to happen.
Word. That's
Wow.
what's
We're
up.
gonna get some
Wow.
hosts. If you're out there and you want a radio show, contact Phil Charles, contact Lefty. We're gonna put this together. The Fully Baked Radio Network.
24/7.
And we got sponsors. MagicalButter.com.
And we
MagicalButter.com.
got butter machines. Magical
How
butter machines.
cool is that?
That's magical. That's not cool. That's
Hey, wait a
magicalbutter.com.
minute. I don't know about this. What happened? They donated this? I thought somebody just bought it and put it up.
Oh, we have a sponsor, man.
Magic butter.
I have one machine. I have a machine to give out every month until December.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you guys better start calling in.
So give us a call if you want a machine. So far, Mark's in the lead, and he's an adult without a card. So he's got a lot of things working against him. But so far, Mark's in the lead without a card. How about that, people? How about that? You want to call and win a machine? You can win. You can knock Mark off. Knock him right off the top of the pedestal. Poor Mark. Poor Mark. Sorry, dude.
Sorry.
I don't know if you're gonna make it.
Hey,
but
did you read my column this week?
I read your column every week.
Damn reefer ripoffs. Unbelievable. I got caught up in a reefer robbery.
Oh.
These West.
Elaborate.
You know, I've said plenty of times about, the hell with these bad law states like New Jersey. We got the internet now. We can connect to growers and stuff in different parts of the country, and we can get our stuff here thanks to U.S. Mail or whoever, FedEx or somebody driving their Pinto across the country, whatever. It gets here. F the
Poppy in
law.
the trailer.
F the law. But the crazy part is, man, people aren't honest. People aren't honest. So that's what I wrote my column about today in the Trentonian. Read it. Reefer robberies. Type reefer robbery in your Google search. It should pop up.
Did you lose a lot?
Reefer robberies.
Self-explanatory.
That's a tease. Are you trying to tease the listeners? Phil Charles. Somebody please give Phil Charles a mic and a headphone, please.
PHI, get that man a mic, man.
I want to know what the hell happened to you Saturday.
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on?
It's good, brother.
Not much. How's everybody doing today?
Real good. Getting fully baked. You
They
know.
sell the
I've
Lucy's
never
at the
been-
corner store, brother.
It's never been a bad thing. What's up?
Where's
Where
your blunt?
Bluntless today.
Oh.
Blunt's already gone. What's going on though? I
We're
didn't
giving-
see you on Saturday.
We're giving away magical butter machines. How is that? How cool is that? We got a
Man,
sponsor.
that's dope.
Yo,
That's
you
dope.
ever had one of those?
Have I had a magical butter?
You ever had one of those? You got one
I've
at
seen
your
it
crib?
at work. Nah, I don't. I'd rather just roll my weed up.
I've actually never seen one of
You
those
old
work.
school like me, man. From the hood, we roll our weed up, man.
It's pretty dope.
It's still magical though, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's like a
butter.
4-hour or 8-hour cycle.
It looked like
Depending
it.
on what you want. If you want like the tincture.
I see it
or-
says
or
botanical tincture in
oil.
as little as 4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, tincture and butter in 8 hours.
Botanical
What does
butter
it-
in as
what
little
does
as
it do?
2
Does it
hours.
I don't know
grind it
what
up or
is.
heat it
I
up?
was gonna say
It
it looked like
heats
it
it
do
up.
something
It heats it
special.
up.
Yeah, it heats it up and then it has a drainer down at the bottom and all the the oil after what is it? Decarbonized.
Yeah, decarboxylates.
Decarboxylation.
Yeah.
But you have to decarb before, I hear, for like
Yeah.
30 minutes or 20 minutes before
Just
you.
put it in the oven then.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
220.
Wait, I thought I'm pretty sure
it's
that
like
does
a
it all.
dab
It does, but from what I
a
hear,
certain amount.
you should
It
decarb
doesn't do
it.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you can make dabs from this.
If you want to.
You know. So
the-
so
the
come
first
down
step.
here and get your magic butter machine.
It's the first step to making dabs.
And this is from the guy.
Yeah.
What's
Better
his
call
name
it-
again?
better
Garrett
call-
Angel.
You guys better
Garrett
call down
Angel.
here, man.
Shout out to Garrett Angel.
Garrett Angel's the man.
Magic butter.
But like I said, you got to be patient to win this machine. A patient or a caregiver, and you have to answer one question. You know what that question is, Phil?
What is it?
What's the meaning of life? Do you have the correct answer to that question, by the way?
Pursuit of happiness.
Pursuit of happiness.
Gotta be happy. Gotta make yourself happy.
What- You
The
believe
point
in
is
God?
to enjoy your time here, your short time here, as much as you can, and do what.
Here and there, I believe in my God.
You believe in your God?
Yeah.
Okay. A higher
More
power.
like a universe, yeah. Yeah. I don't really know nowadays. I'm always up and down, in and out. But I do believe in a higher power.
What do you think happens to you after you die?
Your energy goes off somewhere and either finds another host as a body or something, you know. Energy never just dissipates and just vanishes, you know. It's always there. So when you die, they say that they've scanned people and actually see like a release of energy from their bodies going wherever. So wherever their energy takes them, you know. Maybe a new life, maybe a tree, maybe a butterfly.
How high?
I don't know. We can talk about it all day.
Word. Take you high.
What do you think
man.
happens?
What do I think happens? Oh boy. You got a few minutes?
Go to weed heaven?
I think we're here to learn something.
Yeah.
I think God, I believe in God, and I believe God is a growing creature. I don't believe God is static.
No.
I believe he's growing and evolving. And the way he does that is through us, giving us a blank slate to start with, putting us in a body, and saying, okay, there's your, go do your life, and then when you're done, come back and give me your perception of what you learned.
Yeah.
And then God grows that way. And we're all part of this whole thing. I took a lot of drugs, and that's how I got to this conclusion.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
drugs.
I'll do that to you.
A lot of candy flipping and meditating.
Wooly Babe Radio.
Just fully high radio.
So yeah.
What's your religious belief, wee man?
Well, I believe in a higher power. I've gone back and forth with particular faiths. You know, here, there, and the other. I've been this, I've been that, I've been this. Right now, I'm not even going to say I'm agnostic. I don't believe in any particular religion, but I think there is a higher power. There's something going on. Like you said, this energy, the soul, if you want to say that's what it is, it doesn't just disappear. It's got to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I hope mine goes into like a weed plant somewhere.
What if somebody smoke it,
OG
though?
Kush preferably.
What if somebody pick it and smoke it, though?
Man, I prefer it. They better have a fucking amazing life.
Or it could just be because we're the smartest
museum or something.
animals on the planet. We can't cope with the fact that we might just perish and be gone.
Yeah.
So we're so smart, we can't. It doesn't
why-
end like
that's
we
why
made up
religion was
things.
If we knew that, we'd
created
go crazy
things.
now, though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Do anything. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
So they tell you, hey, man.
That's what religion is.
Yeah, word. Control, man.
No.
Control. Don't control my weed, man. Control my weed, man. Let me smoke, man.
Hell yeah. But not this religion.
What weed was that? Whose weed was that?
I
Mine?
don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was
It
lefties.
didn't do anything for me.
Oh, yeah, that was lefties. This shit wasn't mine.
It's
My
from the
name
dispensary.
man.
It's from the dispensary. What do you want from me?
Oh, yes.
That shit
That
sucks.
explains it.
Oh.
Come on, man. Let's get something else going,
That
man.
explains
You
it.
know?
Anybody got any street weed? I need some
That you
street
paid-
weed.
That you paid a
Louis
quarter
Vuitton.
of the
Some
price.
black market
Come on.
boogie.
That was expensive, man.
It's,
That was 538,000
Hey.
ounce you just smoked.
Just like the magic butter. Ta-da.
I don't know. I passed it. I got a funny little buzz. I'm not high though.
Was it wrapped in tape again?
Come on, weed man. Get
Don't
out,
judge
man.
my joints.
Uh-oh, I need a bowl.
All right,
You
Eric.
got the camera on? Oh, you got the
Hey,
camera
this for
on
the whole
too.
New Jersey.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Oh, all right. Let me get
Whatever
it.
you want, bro. It's all right. We can look at your feet. Your feet are fine. Well, no, I don't know. Your feet. Okay, cover your feet, please.
One of them got hooked
Hey,
up.
do you know how good that feel to smoke the New Jersey weed man out, man? that's a good feeling to me, man.
Check that off the
A
bucket
kid from
list.
Stuyvesant Avenue, you feel me? Hey, man, that shit feel good, man.
Eric, what were you saying before about
He asked me for some bud.
you believe in God, Eric?
Right now I'm agnostic. Like, I believe there's a possibility of a God, but like, cause like, how can anyone definitively say they definitely know or they definitely do not know that there's a God? So I feel like I'm admitting that I don't know, like, cause I don't. None of us know. But like, unfortunately, I feel like chances are when you die, you just die, cause as you said before, all the animals like they just pass away as well. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that there is like something further than this, but when you rationalize it, there's a pretty good chance that's not the way it is.
Have you ever taken acid?
No.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
We'll have to get you some.
Hey, viewers, for the viewers that can't see this,
Hey,
this
don't forget about me.
motherfucker look like Jesus, so please believe what
No,
he's saying. You feel me?
as I said, I really hope there is. I hope there is something more than this. Like, I'm just realistically thinking there's a pretty good chance there isn't.
He look like he
But-
could pull the 10 Commandments out his pocket.
But
That's
like,
how he look.
I really hope there is something. I hope there is somewhere where we all meet and we all get back together and like it's all like there's weed everywhere.
Maybe this
like,
is
it's
it.
just
Maybe
great.
this is it right now.
Well,
Maybe.
I hope there is something
there's some
because
religions
this
that do
is
believe that.
terminal. We're all
We're
terminal.
living
here,
on heaven
so-
and earth right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is heaven right here in the temple.
Oh, I'm
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
Some religions believe that this is the highest plane you're gonna get, and this is heaven.
I
We're
hope
the
there is a
highest
higher.
animal.
I really hope there is a higher place though. Though I do love the earth.
What if you get
and
high
all,
and then
there's
start
so
back
much
over
to
I think it's
see,
the
so-
opposite.
What if you get? What if this the highest plane, and then you have to start back over again somewhere? Like
As a
ants,
baby?
Stoners on religion.
fly.
That's the
ants,
section
piece of
we are
dirt or
now.
something, you feel me?
I think it's different. I think it's the opposite.
of
I don't
shit.
think we're in heaven now. I don't want to say
Stoners.
we're in hell, but it's definitely not heaven. It's
no,
damn
this
near
ain't
close
heaven.
Hey, there's a
Man,
lot
Just
of
go down
Kinda-
Stuyvesant Avenue. It ain't
Man,
heaven.
waking up
bitch.
every day struggling to
Word.
just
Gotta look
make
over your
another
shoulder every
dollar.
5 minutes, man.
You know, like exactly. Once you die, it's all over. You don't got to worry about those little
Word.
headaches.
You gotta
those-
wake up. You ain't gotta
those
walk
little
no more.
pieces of
You only
stress,
gotta
yeah.
stand up if you don't
Ain't,
want to.
Oh, I gotta go to work so I can pay this bill, or damn, this thing is on my back. I gotta, like, ain't no more diseases after you die. Like, all that shit just ends, and I think
maybe.
that's the
Who knows? Who knows?
the bliss. I know, damn
Maybe
it.
go
I'm
off
telling you.
into something else, and bam, it's all over again.
You're right.
Yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
said. What if we start over again?
Can't underestimate a dark side.
Come back like a fucking earthworm or some shit. Would you be complaining?
Some people, some religions believe in the whole reincarnation thing, and they explain that big light that some people claim they saw when they have near-death experiences as the opening of the next womb as you come out.
I think that's
I saw that.
your neurons firing, because like when you're going through that time period, like your brain is just going crazy.
Hey, where's Vanessa?
You
2
got-
weeks in a row.
You guys are talking
She's
about
late.
spatial things. Talk about time also. Like
I'm
in
thinking
1
about
second of
time as
our
well.
time, 1 second of our time could be infinite in another, in another universe or something. Like God.
He Jesus. Jesus, no. He won't. One God said 1 second or one hour or something was like 50,000 years or something.
Yeah, it's all relative.
Tell us, Jesus.
I would love it for time to slow down. Time goes way too fast, in my opinion. Like, these past few years have just flown by.
So if you have the answer, give us a call at 908-616-0682. 908-616-0682 if you have the answer.
Hey guys, I think that you know how in biblical texts they write about humans living, hundreds of years, 6, 7, 800 of years. What if cannabis was the key to longevity, and we just don't know about it yet? I
think it is.
I ponder on this topic quite often, to myself, but
Like the fountain of
it's-
youth,
it's-
kind of.
it's- I mean, you could look at it that way, and there are tons of myths about the fountain of youth and the Holy Grail, et cetera, et cetera. But what if there's a certain potion, because alchemy is about chemistry being combined, and what if you combine the chemical properties that are in cannabis with something else that's on Earth and create a totally healing, super healing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And totally possible. We don't know where it's gonna take us yet. You know, that's why
Well-
all this research is coming about, and you know, the government did open the doors just recently to, you know, a ton of research on cannabis.
Yeah, they
So let's
cracked the door a little bit.
Yeah, crack. Well, I wouldn't say that, but
there's
the
not
door
much
was
research
closed.
that needs
The
to be
door was
done.
closed. The door was closed. Now it's open. So that's a big deal. So I think the time that's gonna pass between now and I think the legalization, we're gonna find out really what we can gain from this magical plant.
Yeah, I feel you on the fountain of youth idea. Like weed even has like cell rejuvenation like properties inside of like the plant
Well,
itself.
cancer is being killed by cannabis oil, and we know it's a proven fact now. So I mean, there we go. But that's what I'm saying. God knows
Bring
what
it
else
back
we're gonna
life.
find out. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, I've been smoking pot since I'm 10 years old, and people, I get complimented all the time, like, "Hey man, you know, I look like 22. I'm 30. I'm about to be August 6th. I'm gonna be 31. You know."
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Bless
makes sense.
up. Thank
Happy
you.
early birthday.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hey, unrelated topic. Hey, I was searching the internet the other day and I came across some a statistic. And the statistic said, can you guys tell me how many people died from marijuana related injuries or causes of death? Can you tell me in 2015 already how many people have died from marijuana?
Marijuana related or
Just marijuana in
overdose?
general. Just in general. They said marijuana, but they named some other things. But how many people you think died from marijuana this year?
I don't know. That's a tricky question.
Yeah, it's a
Over-
weird. From an overdose, it's 0.
But people may be driving down the road and dropped a roach and fucking went for the roach and swerved off the road. Nobody knows about that.
But they could have been picking up a cell phone and doing the same thing.
Well, the thing on the internet said 0.
I think that's a fact, but the thing is, not just marijuana, all the drugs in general. The war on drugs is what's really killing the people out there right
it
now.
had other drugs
more
had mad
more than
death
the
ratio,
drugs
you feel
doing harm to the
for
the users.
marijuana was 0. I
Absolutely.
found that amazing.
People just
Well, I
hanging in
think
their
I think
house
it's
and
like
smoking, it's
negative
0.
1 million because now it's medicinal. So we could, we're going into negative. It's actually saving lives. So, you know, I personally think that I had an altercation with police last night. I was at my regular chill spot, and I go there to burn right next to my house some just random rocks by fans and in the
Mind your
back of the
business,
parking lot.
basically, right?
Yeah, mind my own business usually. And I met some kids there, and they were just telling me how some other kids were there, and this place became like the cops told me this is now a drug zone. It's crazy, just some rocks in the middle, of pretty much nowhere. And I've been going there, for 20 years to smoke my pot, and I got harassed by police last night. I got my car searched, and at first I told them not to do it, and they asked me why. I told them it's my right, and the cops were young guys. They were rookies. They were in their mid-20s, I would say.
So
and
they did it anyway.
What is it?
They did it anyway.
Well, you know what? I felt them out, and they were kind of cool, in a way, but they were still doing their job. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm still waiting to see one of those.
there was a couple of young kids next to me, and they were in maybe their 18, 19-year-old kids, and hanging out there, and they were trying to show off to them. They knew I was older and everything, you know what I mean? So, but they still searched my car and they didn't find anything, and I felt offended, and I asked one of the cops, "Hey man, like, do you believe in enforcing the laws that are not just?" I says to him, "Do you watch television? Do you see all the information that's coming out about pot?" Because they were telling me, look how many blunt wrappers there are here and beer cans. People obviously come here to do drugs and party, yada yada yada. And I says to him, okay, I don't drink. I only smoke pot. And for medicinal purposes, I have back injuries. And the cop was, he was oblivious. He says, I never tried pot.
Yeah, in Trent, we call that not beat.
And
he was not beat.
His partner was a little bit more cool, but I told him, listen, man, you should really learn about what you're enforcing. You know, the laws that you're enforcing. If you're just you can't be just a robot. You're a human being enforcing the laws. You're not a machine. You're not programmed.
You look, it didn't shoot you.
Yeah,
They were,
about to say,
they. I mean, they seen that we were
did
just
a lot
hanging
of
out
talking.
there.
White, they're not gonna do
yeah,
that.
he did a lot of fucking talking there.
What town was this?
It's not like that with
That
us.
was like around 12:30 at night.
No, what town? Woodbridge?
Woodbridge.
This is in Woodbridge.
This is in Woodbridge.
Oh man.
Come on. I already took the I&E tour there. They should know about this.
They should. And the guy, I asked them if they knew anything about the Kuma, okay, and they had no clue what that. They were rookies. They were rookies, guys.
You gotta stop going to this police station. and
I
just
listen.
get
I
on the
told him that
streets.
there's cameras that the property that we were on is Atlantic Realty, and you know the.
Phil, you're right. I don't know if you heard what Phil said, but I think we should do this on the streets. What'd you say, Mr. Fortune?
Heard? Told you.
Not on the air.
My bitch told me that.
I got 4 viewers.
And my friends called me. She's like, "Yo, she can't hear us." She said, "I've been listening for a minute. I don't got the patience no more." I told you that's why I was.
That doesn't make any sense because we're on the air.
And my people's, but my sister called me. She got us on the air.
Let's go to break.
Like, it's weird.
All right,
That
let's
was
take a
happening.
quick break and find out what's going on Fully Baked Radio.
Nah, my sister got me too. She got us on camera. Feel me? Like she got us on camera, but I don't think we on the radio.
There's no sound.
We'll find out.
So my other people, she like, man,
We'll be
I'm
right
not
back.
waiting. I'm like, yo, we on the radio. Come on, come to the sun. She's like, I don't hear nothing. I ain't about to. Nah, they hearing it. They don't know you live 2 years. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't.
All right,
wouldn't
guys.
go back to that spot anymore.
Sorry about that,
I would
guys.
stay out of that spot.
Fully Baked Radio,
What?
back on the air. Listen, Slav, talking to the mic. I want to know more about your situation.
Yeah.
These police.
You wanna question me? No.
I want to know why these police were hassling you in the first place.
Well, apparently this place where I was hanging out at, it became like this hangout where all the local kids come down and they, smoke pot and drink beers.
Where?
You know?
Where is this spot?
This is in Woodbridge.
Where? Where's the spot?
This place is off of Woodbridge Center Drive. And there is basically a apartment development, and there's like a foresty area where there's like rocks, and it's a parking lot, secluded parking lot. And all the people from the development come there with their kids. They ride bikes during the day. You know, they hang out, play cricket, baseball, softball, and it's a. I actually learned how to drive my vehicle in that parking lot when I was 16 years old. You know, and like this is like a place for me to come and relax and just enjoy the weather or whatever. And yeah, man. But apparently, you know, troublemakers been hanging out there, so police have been hanging out there looking for them. And last night I was waiting for my friends that were at PNC Arts Bank Center, watching Sublime and all that. I was waiting for them over there, and I bumped into these kids, and they told me they were local, they lived nearby, and you know, and they told me there was altercation where another group of kids ran away from a cop. And as soon as he told me that, he says, "Oh shit, a cop!" And I see a cop speeding down towards us down the parking lot. And basically they came out and, you know, they searched me. They, you know, took off my hat. And pretty much I was pretty stressed out. And after that, they searched my car.
You allowed them to search your car?
They didn't find anything.
Why did you allow them to search your car?
Well, because the reason was they told me that if
Lack
they get
of knowledge.
the canine to come out
Ignorance?
here and the canine senses and they don't find anything in the car, they'll have to impound the car and do a more thorough search. And it's my work vehicle, not, you know, it's something I really wasn't comfortable with. So I just told them, you know, let's stop wasting time, and you could check. There was nothing in the car.
Where's your video camera?
First,
Where's the video of this? First of all, you're a video guy. Where's the video of this?
Well,
I know you have video. You
there was my cell phone was in the car.
What happened?
My cell phone. I was out of the car.
So
I was hanging out.
Where's the video?
A few feet away from the car.
Where's
My
your
cell
video?
phone was in the car.
Where's your video? You mean to tell me?
Lefty.
You mean to tell me there's no
Lefty,
video?
I don't have a satellite pointing at me from
You're a
space.
video guy.
You have a camera hanging around your neck.
Wait a minute. You always have a camera.
That would have been fabulous. I mean, you know, and I did. You know, and at the time I was like, damn, I wish I had a video camera around or a cell phone or something.
You always have a
never
camera.
gonna hire you.
What?
Yeah, dude, you have a camera
This
24/7.
my camera was at home. You know, this was my this was my and it literally in the backyard of my house. This happened, dude. Literally, pretty much. You know what I mean? My camera was in the house. My cell phone was in the car. I had my feet kicked back. You know, like I was kind of laying back and relaxing outside.
Lefty's
you know?
not happy with that.
When a cop comes near me, I turn my camera on.
Yeah, well, I did
Near
want to
me.
do that. Listen. I was trying to turn at least my voice recorder on my cell phone, but the cops
Wait, you tried?
commanded
How
me.
You didn't try too hard.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, because I tried to go inside. Listen, my cell phone was in
Forgot
the
the
car.
password.
Listen, my
Try to
cell
get
phone was
your
in the
phone.
car, and I was ordered to stay away from my vehicle while, you know, they look and search. So
You do everything the Nazis tell you to do. The cops tell you to do.
not everything.
Yes.
No. He told me.
It
He told me.
seems
that-
like you do.
Obey.
Listen,
Seems
you
like
know what he
obey.
told me?
Seems like you're a sheep.
You know what he
You sound like a
no,
sheep to me.
No. You know what he told me? He's like, you like to talk a lot, man. He's like, you need to stop talking over me. And I didn't care, man. I didn't care what he had to say. You know, I needed him to listen and hear what I had to say. So I was just like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Crazy. But you're almost black now, because that happens to us every day, every single day. Nothing
Happens
new.
to Asians. Happens to whites.
And reds.
Once every
Happens to Hispanics.
And reds.
Once
Happens to blacks.
Once every
You're from Trent, right?
today, it's going to happen to me today.
All right. Well,
Oh, shit,
I'm
don't
from
say
when
that.
I leave out of here,
man.
it's going to happen.
Don't
to
say
me.
Listen,
that.
there's all kinds of pockets of area up north, man. Whites, Hispanics, you name it,
Yeah,
Asians.
you know that, definitely.
I
We
get
all
around.
get
I know a lot
harassed.
of people
I
out there.
know, man.
Listen,
You know I'm
man,
fucking
everybody gets bagged for weed. It's not just you Trentonians. It's
No,
everybody
not
across the
everybody,
state.
though.
What?
Not everybody.
Hey, senior citizens get dropped to the ground,
They
man.
get one,
They get
man.
what?
You take one from every. Yeah, man. One maybe.
Statistics?
Yeah, out of the
Statistics
millions
are
of people
one
that
thing,
smoke.
but it doesn't mean that 100% of arrests are blacks.
No, but
Right?
92%
Yeah,
maybe.
absolutely.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
disgrace. You
Yeah.
feel me? So
But it's happening to everybody is what I'm saying. The numbers are crazy. It's disproportional.
It happens.
It's fucked up.
I actually got followed today. Today I pulled out. I rode right past a police officer as I was just coming out of I was making a right. About 2 driveways down, he was sitting there watching traffic. I looked him right in the face. I had eye-to-eye contact with him. 2 cars behind me, he pulls out. And I knew he pulled out to catch up to me.
Oh man.
I see a Wells Fargo bank. I shoot into the Wells Fargo bank. Figured I'd go ahead and get some banking done now. I shoot in the bank. As I go into the bank, I see him pull into the parking lot from another driveway. And he rode all the way down the other end of the building and parked where he could see my car. I knew he was waiting for me. I went in the bank for like 5 minutes. I looked out. He was still out there. So I said, I started doing something else. And I went out again, and I saw him going around the side of the building. And I ran outside, jumped in the car, and hauled ass the other way. Now, I don't know if he came around the building and then saw my car gone and went looking. I don't know. All I know is I just felt like, hey, I'm out of here.
I know that's right.
And that was just as a quirk. I got stopped, about 10 days ago on South Broad Street here in Trenton. I wasn't even in my Weedmobile. I wasn't in the Weedmobile this morning. Dude, I'm talking to him. They're unbelievable statistics. And I'm telling you, it goes by looks.
Definitely.
It goes by looks.
If you look threatening or you look like something off of TV that's threatening, then they after you.
There's a lot of looks play into it, and that's what I attribute to me. And I know I wear the whole weed man thing out there too, so maybe it's unfair.
You look a little stoned.
I know
gotta
there's
have something going on around here somewhere.
Cops should pull me over. You know, I'm always advocating weed. No, actually, it shouldn't. You know, on the back of my van, it does say protected by the First Amendment. But
thank you.
Whatever. If they're doing their job, they should be looking for people who have weed.
Story. A whole different show, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're on the air.
Yeah. Man, driving while black. See, that's what it's like. White people don't have to worry about that. But whenever I have a black guy in the car with me, their head's on a swivel.
Yeah.
Seriously. They're like, when a cop goes by,
absolutely.
I'm like, what's the matter?
Absolutely.
Like, that cop turned around, I'm like, no, the cop's gone. Like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, dude, relax.
I seen him hit his brake lights.
Watch
on
this.
us. A natural
By show
reflex.
Of hands, who here has been stopped by a police officer? The police officer said that they had a call of a suspicious person.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That was my first arrest.
Not you.
That was my
Jesus.
very
That's
first
me.
arrest. I was
Yeah.
18.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, all the
Just
black
pulled
guys
up
just
right on me like, hey, somebody broke into a house. You look like it was
What?
her. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yo,
Right
every
before I was about to go to work.
Every friend I know in every section of the train.
One time I was walking down the street. This is in Maryland Laurel, pretty white city. You know, for people who don't know, I'm walking down. I'm in Maryland Laurel. I get off a bus. Listen, I was on parole. This is the fucked up thing.
Jesus.
I was on parole. I didn't have a driver's license. I had to go to my parole job. I hated it. It was at a gas station, but I had to ride the bus there, and it was about a mile walk. So every day I would get off the bus and I would walk down Route 73 about a mile to this gas station. And I had a walking stick. I would leave it at the gas station. I'd work all day, and I'd walk back and leave it at the bus stop. Every day I did this. One day I'm walking, and this police car pulls up about 50 feet from me. They open the door. They hide behind the door, and they start yelling. No, they don't pull their guns out, but they start yelling, "Put the stick down! Put the stick down!" I'm like, what? Get on your knees. Put your hands behind your head. Turn around. I was like, unbelievable. And then they come up, they handcuff me, and they start talking to me. What's your problem? What's wrong with you? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm on my way to work. And they said that someone called and said that there was this angry black man going down the street. And I swear, they said that I had an attitude. I was like, I didn't even talk to nobody.
So if you do have attitude, it's not against the
But I
law.
wasn't. But the crazy thing is, they came up to me like I was some crazy lunatic, like I had just beat somebody with a stick or something. And then after a few minutes, actually, the one police officer, I remember he remembered and knew exactly who I was afterwards. But this is like 2005, 2004, right? So after a while, he remembers who I am. Come to find out, though, guess what happened? I had an old ticket that I did pay for, but it was showing up on their records that I didn't pay for. A $300
Did that happen
ticket.
to white people?
And I got
No, this doesn't. This doesn't, really.
So I ended up
Random
arrested.
tickets that weren't
I
paid.
go to the Camden County Jail that night. I don't even get to use a phone. I can't call nobody. Nobody knows what happened to me. I didn't show up at work. I'm in the county jail and they get no phone call. It wasn't until the next day that I was able to get a phone call and tell somebody I was in the county jail. And I had to call. It was crazy. And they find out that the $300 ticket was paid for. I had to pay for it, though, to
That's
get
what
out.
he's saying.
I
Sorry.
went back to
I
court
have it right
later.
here.
Sorry.
I had to pay for it, the bail, to
Had
get
to
out.
make sure you
They make
paid
you
that
pay
already.
it. I had to pay it to get out of jail. And then, like a week later, when I go to jail, I'm gonna go back to court for the ticket. They give me my $300 back because I paid for it before.
So then this is what happens afterwards. They don't put it in the system so that they can always stop you. Say, hey, we made a mistake. It wasn't in the system. Well, we get to check you and fucking see if something's wrong. You get a new charge out of you. Feel me?
Of course.
That's I was at a Dunkin' Donuts one time in Cherry Hill, listening to Howard Stern. I had a bagel and orange juice. I remember that well. I rolled a joint, didn't even light it yet, but I had it rolled. And I was, like I said, reading the paper and listening to Howard Stern. This black SUV pulled in next to me. I looked over at it, middle-aged white woman. She looked at me and then pulled away and drove and parked right in front of Dunkin' Donuts. And I kind of like giggled, like, I don't want to steal your car, lady, or something like that. I thought to myself, kept on going about my business. About 5 minutes later, 3 police cars come pulling into the parking lot and surround my car, tell me to get out of the car. I'm like, what? For why? We had a call about suspicious person in the parking lot. Like, dude, I come here every day. No, I'm not getting out. How am I suspicious? Because I'm sitting in the parking lot? No, because that lady called. I knew it was. I knew exactly what happened because that lady called. Then guess what happens? They do get me out of the car because they were going to break the window. So I get out of the car. And then they searched the car. I didn't give them no probable cause, no reason to search the car. I wasn't smoking yet. Of course, then they find a joint. I go to jail. $1,100 bail.
For somebody not minding their business.
I was minding my business. And I'll never forget that $1,100. And it was on September the 3rd. Wait a minute, I remember the date. 2000. The only reason why I got bailed out is because I was supposed to go to trial. And my mom bailed me out because she didn't want me in jail while I would go to trial. She bailed me out so that I could get out. But it was a couple days, though. You know, same thing. Wow. But I was just at Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
that's fucked up.
You know,
somebody
like,
else decided
chilling.
you were suspicious.
I said I was suspicious.
That's deep. That's deep, America.
You know, I wrote about it. I can Google that one and find it. I was all pissed about that. I ended up in jail for the weekend.
Happens. That's why we need to smoke more weed, man.
Yeah. But I have like 10 other stories. I was fishing one time and got locked up.
Just fishing?
I was fishing. I was in South Carolina fishing.
So that means he was in the boat, in the water.
No.
Still got locked
I had parked my truck.
Fishing while black?
No. But this is kind of funny. It was stupid. It was my fault. As a truck, you're not supposed to park your truck on the side of an interstate highway. You see it all the time. People pull over and go to sleep. But where I was parked, they knew I just went fishing. Like, I just parked my truck on the highway, grabbed my fishing poles, went it down into the woods, and had to walkaways. Every time it was on Interstate 26 and it's outside of Columbia, South Carolina. And every time I go through that, we see this water. Now, at the time, I was on a fishing thing. I was fishing all over the country. So I go walking in the lake. I'm in there for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. And I hear somebody coming through the woods towards me. I don't know who it is, so I dug down. I'm all crouched down, all low behind some bushes. And it's a damn South Carolina state trooper. And he walks by me. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, he got to be looking for me. My truck's out on the highway. And I grab my shit. I start fucking walking back. All of a sudden, freeze! It was another one.
Two?
Yeah.
Right.
The first one went through all making all kinds of noise. The second one was quieter. He was coming through too, and I didn't see him. I didn't hear him until he yelled, freeze. I was like, oh shit. Put your fishing poles down. I went through all this bullshit. Right? They searched my truck. I went through I didn't have no weed on me. I got luck. In fact, I actually think I did have weed on me, but they searched the tractor, and I had it hidden like in a light in the back. So I used to get out and have to take my headlight off, or take a tail light off to get my weed. And most of the time, the cop on the side of the highway ain't taking your tail light out. But me as a coast-to-coast truck driver, I had tools all the time. That's where I used to hide my weed sometimes. And that's what happened that day. But I got like a $400 ticket for fishing without a license. There was a law in South Carolina, you can only fish with like 2 fishing poles. I had 3. I had 2 in the water and 1 I was trolling with. So there's a law about that. And I had caught a fish. And guess what they did? They made me stay on the side of the highway for like an hour. And then the park police dude came. And he's the one that gave me all the fishing tickets. And then they took me to jail because I couldn't pay on the spot.
Oh, damn.
And I had to call my company. And my company, like, Western Union me some money.
That's crazy.
And it was like an 18-hour
Can they
fishing
even
trip.
do that?
Yeah. It was like an 18-hour fishing trip. I pulled over on the side of the highway to do a quick little fishing trip, and I ended up in a South Carolina jail.
Wow.
Actually, I just stayed at the police station. I didn't even go to jail. I was at the police station until the money I paid for my tickets.
What do you? So somebody.
But it just. But that wasn't a driving while black incident.
That wasn't.
Like
was that a
crazy
nosy
shit.
person? There was no nosy
I don't
person.
know. Somebody called the police.
That was Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They just pulled over, and then once they saw me, then it was the
Tryhards.
whole like they're gonna run me and this, that, and the other, and they gave me tickets. They could have said, you know, hey, dude, don't park your truck on the side of the highway.
Yeah,
Don't-
that's
don't
all.
go fishing.
Well, if you were white, that's what would have happened if you were white.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that.
I'll say it.
Obviously, they didn't know.
But
And I'm a red guy. I'll say that.
That was a crazy incident I had.
You just gave me an idea for the I&E tour, though. We're gonna start doing a loud challenge at the I&E tour. So if Wayne goes to a police station, I should call up on him and say, "Hey, there's a suspicious guy out here smoking weed." And the cops, you just gave me the greatest idea ever. I'm gonna start doing that shit. Thank you.
Because that's what they say, that they receive complaints from people.
Yeah.
People
And do it with a
call.
black guy and didn't do it with a
Right.
white guy.
It
See what
happens.
happens.
Okay,
It
I like that.
happens all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
And
man.
on
like that.
video.
Of course, on video, and it has to be a patient. We need a black patient. So I know a couple of patients, but I don't know if they're willing to put themselves out there like that.
What about,
Get shot.
what
Yeah,
about Marley
it's gonna get
Sheen?
real.
I'm
He doesn't want to get shot.
I'm not gonna say.
That's
Yo, they
true.
tried to make me wear. What shirt? Did you
Don't
try
shoot.
to-
I'm white, and you
Yeah,
wouldn't
tried
wear
to
it.
Make me wear a shirt. Don't shoot. I'm white shirt. Like, dude.
Come on, man.
They would
protection.
agitate the crap out of one of them. They might just shoot because of it. What? Pow!
His shirt says shoot.
How dare you? Oh,
That's
boy.
good.
No, to be honest with you, I don't know.
That'll be dope, though.
I'm good with that one.
Yeah, we need a black
I'm
patient.
not a patient, so I'm out.
Yeah, you can't do it. I don't want to get you killed.
I
Nah.
wish.
Let's find a black guy. We want to get killed. Do we have any? I don't think so.
Wait, what'd you say?
A black guy that doesn't mind getting shot by the police or killed by the police for us. Take one for the team.
Oh, that's really
I
taking.
don't know.
That's shocking.
I
There
hear
was-
50
there was a-
cents available.
There was a guy
Yeah,
named
right.
Christmas
He's
Addict
He's been on
200
tour
years
in
ago.
New Jersey
Just one
selling his
time?
vodka, so.
Just one time.
You can
I
only do
can
it
take it. I did 9
Look,
shots.
this will increase your vodka sales by a lot.
You ever hear a guy named Crispus Addicts?
Of course.
All right.
Negative.
That's what's on. You're not gonna find too many of them anymore. Here, shoot me. Save the freedoms of these white people.
What?
Crispus Addicts. He was the first person who died in the Civil War, the Revolutionary War
Okay.
in Boston, like I don't know, 1774 or something like that. Just before just before they declared independence. It was just before the Boston Tea Party and all that.
Yeah.
There was a confrontation between a bunch of colonists and some British soldiers, and Crispus Attucks got to the front of the pack and like yelled something, you know, like "You're not gonna shoot," blah 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 blah. They shot him dead, and he was, yeah. At the time, that was what started that revolutionary argument. Yeah.
Yeah,
was-
slowly bringing back high school history days. I
Yeah.
think I remember that.
See. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what you guys think about this?
Millions and millions of useless facts are just lodged into this dreadhead.
Here's another useless fact.
Useless fact.
Go
ahead.
Yeah,
the
that's what
New
we
York
talk-
Times
That's how
recently.
that's how I sit there. Ain't gonna find too many black guys like that no more. Stand up and take a bullet for a white guy's freedoms. That's how it started, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding though. It was a joke. And I got
I can't hear you, Dan.
Yeah.
You got to talk into the mic, bro.
In Boston, he might have been a freed black. He might have been a freed slave.
oh he was.
Yeah.
He was. He was a former indentured servant. He was one of the few former indentured. He was an indentured servant actually, and it freed himself somehow. If I remember the story right.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
Google it.
That's not the
Google
answer to
it.
everything.
Yes, it is.
We want your answer.
Can't find it. Google it.
I want your answer, Ed.
Hey, you guys heard about New York?
I'd have to smoke another joint and lodge my memory back, bring my memory
Did you hear
back. But I
about
think
New York?
that's the story of him.
Yeah, New York recently, the New York Times recently called for the federal government to repeal its ban on marijuana. Like, that's a lot of power, right? If a newspaper could ask the government to repeal a ban or a law.
Man,
That would
hell
even
yeah.
be better than rescheduling or descheduling if they repealed the. They can't repeal the entire 1970.
That would be the
crime
equivalent to the
It's a series.
Control Act.
It's a series of laws, you know, and they happen across different issues. You'd have to repeal all, like the sentencing guidelines, the actual Controlled Substances Act.
But I think they're all tied to the Controlled Substance Act in 1970.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
how you would
comparing it
just-
to the prohibition. They're saying
I'm
that,
saying
Yeah, it is.
there's laws in immigration you have to change. There's a lot of laws in general.
Oh, yeah,
it's just
yeah, yeah.
not one.
Right.
That's why writing one legislation to be inclusive of that is better than repealing them. You know what I'm saying?
New York just allowed, what was it, five companies to start producing marijuana.
5 hand-picked companies that could
Yeah.
afford the very, very expensive fee.
Guess
the
who lost?
excruciating bidding experience.
Guess who
was
didn't get
that?
theirs? Didn't John O'Brien lose?
Oh, did he?
I don't think they got theirs.
Nah, I think I seen his
It was, yeah?
dispensary thing up there.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Let me guess,
Empire
it's
State
being-
Health.
Did the
It's being
guys
run
from
by another police
the
officer.
guys from,
Are there police involved?
California, Colorado? Did they get it?
I'm not sure, but the
The
companies
Stanley,
are.
one of the Stanley brothers.
No, I don't see the Stanley on there. Columbia Care. I don't know, maybe.
He's probably
but
connected to one of those groups.
Here goes the rundown there. PharmaCann LLC, Empire State Health Solutions LLC, Columbia Care NY LLC, Etain LLC, and Bloomfield Industries Incorporated. And they're all allowed to have 4 dispensaries apiece. So it'll be 20 dispensaries throughout New York.
Wow.
Supposedly, and they say it's supposed to start January 2016.
But they also have no fire too, right? No,
no bud.
no bud. I mean.
Yeah, it has to be
So
all
what the hell are they
pills,
selling?
pills, oils, and tinctures.
Crap.
No,
More crap.
Right.
Who's gonna grow the
20
crap?
I
How,
don't
what's
know.
in that? I
That's
didn't even
the
want to
business
study
part.
that legislation. What's in it though? Anybody
It's
study
awful.
it?
Yeah.
How do
It
they
was
grow
like
it?
an executive order too.
Yeah, no.
That's
I
how
haven't-
it started out with
I haven't even seen
Governor
how they grow
Cuomo.
it.
But how do they get?
It's
that?
like in the grays. I think it's left to the companies and things like that.
It
How-
wasn't
how
the
to
law.
obtain it?
Let me just say this: it wasn't the law or any of the bills that were currently being presented. You know, they came up with their own shit
Pretty
that
much.
was really restrictive, and it was done by like executive law order, which then Congress then like wrote laws to reflect it. But it's not what like Drug Policy Alliance, Marijuana Policy Project, normal. They're advocating for like something totally different.
The only
So there's
thing
still a lot of
dumber
work
than
to
New
do.
York- the only thing dumber than New Jersey's medical marijuana program is New York's.
Duh.
Delaware's
It
pretty
is.
bad too.
But at
so
least,
is
at least in
Virginia's.
Delaware, they're started, they're up and running, they're and they're pretty happy.
After a 4-year delay.
Yeah, but that doesn't compare to what New York's getting ready to get. They're not even gonna have buds.
Yeah.
That's-
Nothing.
That's not a weed dispensary.
There are buds in Delaware. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
for sure.
So
but there's only
Delaware's
one
better than-
dispensary for the whole state.
It's a drug
and it's a
dispensary,
pilot program.
not a-
So,
right.
you know.
It's kind of
gonna
like Rhode
expand.
Island too.
Right.
Like I think they
Then
just
don't gotta
opened
do it
up
with
their
the buzz.
first
It'll be pills.
dispensary.
You can switch the pills and put something else
I
in
wonder
the
if
pills.
they amended their criminal statutes.
Yeah, I think
Delaware.
It's the,
amended
Delaware.
their criminal statutes to recognize the fact that the state is a medical state now. 'Cause I got pulled over a couple months ago in Delaware, and first thing the cop said was, "This is not a medical marijuana state." Remember that?
Well, he was partly correct. There was medical marijuana law on the books, but the program had not gone into effect yet. So, because the dispensary wasn't open, so even if you had a card, you couldn't legally have marijuana because you would have had to have gotten it from a dispensary, which wasn't open yet at the time. So that's why, you know, in the eyes of the law, that's what's going on. And they
Does
also...
Delaware have reciprocity?
hold on. What I would say, no, they don't. And also, I'll have to double check on that, but I don't think they do. But the other thing is that the decriminalization law had also not yet gone into effect. And so at that time, I know, yeah, you could have suffered some very serious charges. But now, just a few months later, the program has gone into effect. That there is a medical program. There are card holders with cannabis in their hands right now, and it is
Nice.
decriminalized for under an ounce. So, yeah. That's why we need to change all these laws. It's not even decriminalized in New Jersey. What's going on? It's not decriminalized. in
I
New
thought it
Jersey.
was something where they were saying for since 2010 it's been legal or something.
There's medical marijuana. If you have a card, you can possess medical marijuana, but
From last night, apparently the state
here
law enforcement doesn't even know what
you have to speak
I
on the
can't
microphone.
Hear you. I can't hear you, my friend. This is a radio show, so it must be on the radio. to be on the show.
Apparently, from last night, what happened to me, the law enforcement in Jersey has no clue what the Kuma guidelines are. So, legalization is like
I'm ready.
far-fetched.
I'm
you
ready
know,
to go
talking
back.
to-
Let's go back to
Let's
Woodbridge.
go I'm going with
ready.
it. I'm gonna listen. We're gonna go. I'm gonna come
Apparently,
with
we didn't make an impression on them.
it. No,
enough.
apparently not.
Apparently not. They just
No.
blew us off. So
Eastside Heights
or
as well.
or they made it seem like they they were into it. Apparently not.
Told you, gotta hit the streets.
yeah, I like that idea.
Hit the streets.
Yeah.
Live show in the streets.
Yep, you're right, Phil. Absolutely right.
Callers, people. Oh, yeah,
Hey,
great.
We need, like,
maybe if we
patrols to go
smoked in front
out
of a
on the
restaurant that's close to downtown Trenton.
I've done that.
We'll probably get ignored.
Yeah, right. They're out there again blowing their thing.
Just gonna ignore us away, as usual.
So common, right? Too
Hell
common.
yeah.
They've ignored us.
They
at
do
our-
that every
at
day.
our big rallies. They've
Yeah.
ignored us at where we had hundreds of people smoking there. They ignored the weekly rallies.
They ignored us
Stoner
in Kansas.
Saturdays.
Yeah, ignored us in the park. They're ignoring me across the street from City Hall.
Every
This is great.
Saturday.
So rude to be ignored like that. So rude.
Losing your power, wee man. What
Bitter-
happened?
Bittersweet,
That's
right?
great. That's great. As Chris Goldstein said, 0 to hero.
His superpowers have just
Real
started
quick.
to emerge. You know, he's collecting the.
Powers of the universe.
Well, did you
of
hear?
the Weediverse.
There was a guy, Max, that was here at our weed and greet, and he talked about a strategy to put marijuana legalization on the 2016 ballot in New Jersey. That the Congress, 60% of the Congress
But you
had to put it on the ballot.
It's effectively, you can't do it in New Jersey, though.
Because the Congress won't do it, or just
The,
because?
the state assembly, you have to get 2/3 of the state assembly to
Right.
agree to it.
And that's paying a lot of people.
Yeah, we don't have the money for that.
Okay, not
so
yet.
true.
So one day at a time.
There's only 2 ways to do it in New Jersey. 2/3 of the state assembly has to agree to the question to put on a ballot, or the governor has to put it on a ballot. So we know the governor's not going to
But
put
we
it on
got
the ballot.
2/3 on that last round of marijuana bills, so
Not on a legalization bill. You're not going to get that.
you don't know unless you try.
Just on party lines. You're not going to split the party lines that bad.
I think
Just
we're starting to
doesn't
turn a lot of Republicans, though.
Why don't we try to convince them to get decriminalization? It's not as big of a step. So maybe we can get 2/3 down for decrim.
There is a decriminalization bill in Congress right now at the New Jersey state level, but it is
Well-
not out of committee. Where all bills go to die, they just stay
Well, like
in the
they
committee.
did in Philly last year, they presented a resolution to the city council and it ended up law in Philadelphia. Asbury Park just did it.
Yeah. Shout out to
2 weeks
Asbury.
ago, a week ago.
Word up.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout
so we
out to
can't
Asbury
just.
Park.
And the people who did that, who drew up the resolution was the New Jersey Libertarian Party. They sent one to some people in New Brunswick. They're supposed to be presenting it, and I'm not sure who else got it here in Trenton, but I got a copy of it in Trenton too. And just needs 5 Trenton residents to sign it.
Wow.
You take it right over there on City Council Day.
That's super
and
easy.
present it.
But I was
It's
gonna say,
Yeah.
we can't just
We could do that on Thursday. I mean, I
Let's
got
do
a
that.
copy of it.
Let's
I
do
got a
that.
copy of it. All you have to do is change. You have to be a resident of Trenton. Five residents of Trenton's have to
easy.
We got
present
that.
it. You can have hundreds of other people sign it. It has a spot where hundreds of other people can sign
Yeah,
it. Like
but-
you can sit here and have a signing day, and then you can go over there and say, 500
I was gonna
Trenton
say, just
residents.
walk down the
Yeah.
street one time.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We could do it right in the restaurant. We get 5 today.
I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone who opposed it, right? Be hard to find someone around here.
Dick Cody
But-
would
No,
oppose
it's
it.
the whole Republican Party.
But if you put it,
No, I mean residents of
Yeah, I know.
Trenton,
Oh, there you
right?
go.
Trenton residents.
Trenton residents.
You're right.
Yeah.
If you went, you
yeah.
said if you went around, you know,
Yeah, nah,
who-
definitely.
who would be like, "Oh, that's a terrible idea"?
But hell yeah, my mom smokes
I'd be
that
like, "Give me
shit.
that. I'll sign. Where do I
A
sign?"
real dick would say that. A real dick. A real dick. Just like Dick Cody.
Well, yeah, I mean, the people that work in the legislature definitely opposed. There's a lot of people paid off by pharmaceutical
How does
companies.
Dick Cody vote no to help Jenny and Tuffy?
Mm.
Dick Cody voted no on that bill to
Yeah.
help Jenny and Tuffy. Really?
Oh shit.
Really?
Because he probably had to. Probably owed a favor to somebody.
Word.
Well, I'm going to be smoking out his office very soon now.
One hand washes the other.
That-
Exactly.
Yeah, because you know what? Jenny had it.
That's probably the least shady thing you did all day.
I'm helping Jenny more than Chris Christie.
You know who we never
This.
went to that lady's office. What's her name again?
Mary
sorry.
Angelina or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Mary
exactly.
Pat something. I
Right, Mary
forget.
Pat Angelini. We never went to
Yeah.
her office.
I went there, but we have to go back.
Not on the whole. Let's
No.
smoke her office out.
We smoked her office out in Red Bank. Remember the twerking video? Look up twerking with Angelini. Twerking with Angelini. We smoked out her office, and
Is
some
that when
drunk
Chuck's in the diaper?
Yeah, some drunk woman
And they
came up and
start
twerked.
twerking?
Yeah, a drunk woman was twerking.
I think I couldn't get past the diaper. I think I.
That was
turned-
Middletown. No, that was Middle. That's a different video. Red
Oh,
Bank.
okay.
Red Bank or twerking with Angelini. It's called.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. It's a great video. But here we got a magical butter machine that we're giving away this month.
The magical butter.
Jenny
machine.
Barber got her machine
It's fantastic.
just recently, and now we're going to give one away to any caller who can call in with the answer to this question. What is the meaning of life? You answer that question correctly, you win a magical butter machine, but you must be a medical marijuana patient or caregiver. Call in 908-616-0682, 908-616-0682 to win your magical butter machine.
Word.
Vanessa, what do you think about that question? What's the meaning of life? You have an answer for that one?
Yeah, I do.
Can we hear it?
I give the same answer all the time when people try to get real deep into my brain. I say, I think what my cat thinks, you know. I mean, Clea would just kind of exist on planet Earth, you know. We don't really know what's going on. But we're not worried about it. And we know that we're like part of the ecosystem. I just try not to spend too much energy trying to like figure out something. It's like asking the same question to an ant too. What's the meaning of life, ant? The ant can only think so much, you know? That's how I feel as like a little human on planet Earth. Like my opinion is probably totally off, you know, in the
Doesn't matter.
grand scheme of things, you know. The ant's probably more right than I am, so anyway. I believe my cat thinks, just chilling, you
Circle
know?
of life.
Meaning in life is catnip.
No, like animals, you know, according to our understanding of them, like don't have the intellectual ability to like sit and contemplate these questions. They just kind of exist, you know, and live off the earth as best they know how. And so that's like my philosophy.
Do you believe in God?
I believe there's something out there. There's a whole universe that we don't have access to, you know? Telescope technology is relatively new. It's really technology in general. I mean, the last 100 years have been like insane, you know. So I feel like everything that, again, I go back to like philosophy. Like I question everything that we think we know. Like I don't think we really know anything.
Well,
Pretty much.
well, right now we're getting into something called quantum mechanics, quantum physics.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
love
the new.
yes.
That's the next biggest new frontier, believe it or not, and it's crazy. What they're actually saying nowadays is like when we try to physically look at how quantum mechanics work, basically it's kind of like magic. The object could be in two places at one time, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's pretty incredible. And you know, the quantum age of computing is coming about. If you guys don't know about that, in a couple of years.
It's like parallel universe, kind of.
Well,
Yeah,
quantum
multiverses.
computers are basically an advanced form of what we have now on a small, tiny molecular level. You know, we're gonna have computers that are, you know, microscopic, and
like a little
it's
RFID chip.
that's
Johns.
the big next new thing that's coming. Believe it or not, guys, and it's real soon. It's gonna change the world once again.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's
I
here
agree.
now.
Well, you know, I'm a big sci-fi fan, which
Yeah.
is why I'm not like deeply religious. Because
You like Star Trek?
I like anything that has to do with
Beam
like
me up, Vanessa.
outer space.
That was a good one.
Beam me up, Scotty. I mean, I'm not like super into Star Trek, but I really appreciate the story and the imagination behind
Like,
it.
what if?
Like, and especially like all these alien
That's why we smoke
planets,
weed.
and I love the movie Avatar because it just imagines a whole other thing. So I'm really open, and I think marijuana does help open your third eye and your imagination and like your ability to think beyond what is in your immediate surroundings. You
Yeah.
know, so I think there's so many planets yet to be discovered and other science and technology.
Talking about science and technology and weed, it's incredible how nobody tends to think of this, but you know, when you create a new strain of marijuana, essentially what you're doing is you're accelerating the breeding process hundreds and hundreds of years into the future. So the weed that we're smoking now is so bred and so designed and, you know, so tempered and tinkered with that we're smoking the future of marijuana literally right now. You know, the science has given us the ability to do that, just that, you know? And that's something really cool that nobody tends to think or talk about. Also, I was talking with my friend, my longtime close friend. He's a huge pothead for years, and he's a gardener. You know, he's in the garden all the time now, and he says to me, "Yo, Slav, how the fuck in the world the Environmental Protection Agency cares so much about the ecosystem and preserving the life that's, you know, being pretty much destroyed? There's, you know, certain species that is like what in a red book or whatever they are, you know, like protected species, you know, and like now, you know, they're exterminating weed and these other plants, you know, because they deem them like, you know, dangerous, etc. You know, so now we're taking out a piece of the ecosystem. Essentially, we're taking a planting life that, you know, animals eat, you know, humans consume, etc., etc., and we really don't know what kind of damage that's doing to the ozone. What if weed? I mean, like, you know, in Fukushima and Chernobyl, they planted hemp, and the vibrations of the hemp absorb the vibrations of the radiation, literally.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it cleaned the whole field. It's
yeah.
like
So I
brand
wonder
new.
if it's so powerful in absorbing radiation that if we plant fields of hemp and marijuana, would it observe the extra
It'll
radiation?
rebuild the
that,
ecosystem.
You know.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find. Yeah, that should be a study
Like,
done
what is
about
it,
I
that.
like the way you
every-
think. That's really interesting
you.
concept.
Thank you.
They're finding all different types of
There are
like even bacteria and like fungi
All the time.
that like feed off of a lot of these toxic things we've already put in, and they
exactly
clean
shrooms.
the earth.
I mean,
yeah.
there's all these
but by
little
destroying like so many
Right.
habitats,
Right,
and
right.
Deforesting large chunks of, you know, federal property.
And we do know a lot of cures for human disease comes from all these exotic, you know, plant life in the forests of like Brazil, and you know we're destroying it. We're the ones that are, you know, cutting out our chances of survival on
And
this
you don't
planet
have
Earth.
to. It's
Next
like,
gen.
What is it? What is like 1 acre of
Yeah, it's
trees
ri- it's
like
really
equal to like
ridiculous.
10 acres of hemp
It's-
or something like that?
It's crazy as hell, man.
Hey, V, I
And
hope-
hemp, we got, you know, we can produce biofuel from hemp. We can produce plastic, recycle everything.
You can build a
enviro-
car. You can build a whole entire
Yeah,
car just from hemp.
you can build airplanes.
In the oils,
They're
the
building
engine,
airplanes
all
out
that
of
shit.
hemp, you know, and it's really
Well,
taking up.
speaking of which, I was at Hemp Heals this weekend
Whoa,
on
cool.
Friday,
Nice.
which is a large hemp festival in Philadelphia at the Festival Pier. It was put on by Riley Cote, who's a former Philadelphia Flyer. He still works there, and he's one of the, you know, the few athletes, celebrities that use their money and fame for good. So we had some really good bands there, and every person that is there is just like really doesn't have a lot of information about hemp. Like, it's so surprising. Like, when you start telling them all the stuff that you guys just mentioned, like, they're just like, wow, I didn't know that. So it's good to have an event where we can educate people. There was like 10,000 people there.
Yeah.
It was totally sold out.
Nice.
And yet we have all these hemp products that we're like giving away and selling there, but they're all imported.
Really? From where?
Yeah.
They're all imported, mostly from Canada. We import the majority of
Oh,
our
that's
hemp.
horrible. We gotta buy American.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not
think we're-
legal to grow most places. It just became legalized, I
In
think,
the-
in Washington and Oregon and
There's actually a
Colorado.
few states that legalize hemp. It's on. I'm reading.
Only one. It's
Only-
Kentucky.
Kentucky,
Kentucky's the only one that's allowed to grow industrial hemp.
Industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're-
but then again, like, you know, if they're growing it and supplying it to other states and it's still illegal in other states, like I see Wegmans selling hemp products. It's literally
Yeah.
illegal.
That's why it's
And-
No,
expensive.
it's
expensive
not-
as shit because
it's not
imported
illegal.
in.
Yeah.
It's illegal to grow it.
Yeah.
and
It's only legal to
manufacture it.
grow, but it's not illegal to
No, you can
retail
import
it.
it still.
Yeah, you
and
can't
distribute
grow
it.
hemp in the state of New Jersey. It
Yeah.
is illegal. There is an industrial hemp bill. It is illegal to grow hemp in Pennsylvania, where hemp was really like the centerpiece. So there's an industrial hemp bill they're trying to pass. So you can import the products. That's what I'm saying. We're at this. It's just ironic, you know. Pennsylvania grew so much hemp back in the day. You know, the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp. You know, our former forefathers had fields of hemp.
Right.
You know, and then we're at this festival promoting that, and the products we have there have to come from another country because we can't grow it.
We can't
in the
sustain it
States.
for ourselves.
It's
You
pretty
know they
crazy.
fought that great war over hemp, the one between what was it, Russia and France and all that. Basically over the control of the distribution of hemp. Russia was the largest hemp like manufacturer and things like that. And forgot exactly how to go, but U.S. wanted to get their hands on like the hemp and their trade routes and things like that.
Wow.
So like wars have been fought over hemp.
One.
And even during the wars and things like that, like a lot of the soldiers used like hemp clothing and like hemp fuel and all that type of thing, you know. So it's crazy
everything.
that we're in 2015 with all this technology and all this knowledge, and we're still like
Yeah,
on some
yeah,
Stone
yeah.
Age shit still, you know.
You know,
and
one
just
of-
hurting ourselves.
For sure. One of the coolest things that I saw there was this guy was with the Delaware Normal crew. They had a table, and he made these comic books. He's like a graphic artist. He made comic books that had like, they almost look like X-Men characters. They were like superheroes. And he writes an alternative, like sci-fi history of how we got cannabis. And it's from these like alien
Whoa.
creature superhero types that like came to Earth, and like it was really awesome. And I was like, yo, this needs to be in like every school.
For real, for real.
But that's like how we need to, you know,
Um,
appeal to people, you know, to get their minds wrapped around it.
No, we need to
it
get
seems,
a petition.
It seems like so. It seems
Make
as if
'em
though
sign
like
it.
everybody in the world like kind of like followed America in the like drug war. You know, we kind of like
There's no
lied
drug
not
war.
only to our citizens of our country, like to all the citizens of the world. You know, and we forced, yes, Ed just said we forced most of the world into the drug war, which is we tricked exactly.
This how
We
phony the
manipulate-
drug war
the,
is.
the drug network of countries, you know, from suppliers to buyers and in between, you know, we totally pawned and manipulated the shit out of all these countries, and the rest of the world just looked upon it and they had no clue what the hell in the background was going on, and just seen what their eyes saw, they believed.
You know, the rest of the world is watching because they're going to do it too.
America, specifically Harry Anslinger, because at the time he was a representative of America at the UN, forced the what was that act? What is that called? There's a drug act, 1961. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Narcotics
It's the world,
Act, something.
world is it that's the,
something
but it's
like
a,
that.
it's a UN act, the UN treaty is a UN mandate that basically is what our Controlled Substance Act actually came from. But we put it together. It was Harry Anslinger. That's who. Yeah, yeah. The architect of America's pot wars was also, was also one of the architects of. Oh man, I can't. I'm having a brain cramp. I don't remember this. It's 1961. The UN Narcotics Act or something like that, and that forced all the countries in the UN to abide by basically our way of thinking. Yeah.
But the reason why I said on the war on drugs is so fake is because America has got this war on drugs. But guess what? They said that our government legally buys tons and pounds of weed from the DEA. How is that possible? The Drug Enforcement Agency, how do you get drugs for them? Yeah, like a recent article in matter of fact in NBC News said that we bought like last year we bought like 14,000 pounds from the DEA. Where's the war on drugs at? I mean, like that's so fictitious. It really doesn't exist. It sucks.
Well, first of all, the United States government has a patent on marijuana.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and they still have a program where they give 100, 100
300.
joints or something like that. 300 joints a month to these patients that are part of this like program where they were like studying the effects of marijuana, and they do have this. They have tons of money dedicated. They're researching it at like the University of Missouri, Mississippi. That's it. I know it's
Ole
one of
Miss.
the Ole Miss. Yeah, exactly. So how can they have all the stuff where they know and have a patent on it for medicinal uses? They're giving weed still after all these years to
Have
these
you ever
patients.
you ever seen like that professor give like interviews and stuff? He's like, we're still unclear on the medicinal values of weed, and we still need more research and
Yeah.
more weed. I'm like, really?
And more money.
After
Give
all
us
these
more
years, it seems like they're
money.
looking for more time. To me, like I
Man,
said,
they're
it seems
trying to
like they're
find
building
one
up
form.
something.
Delaying,
Right,
delaying.
they hold us back for long, and then
Delaying.
by the time it's really going to be legal, they already built up so much weed and clout and stain that they ready to push it out into the market.
I doubt. Not with weed. It's too
legal.
easy to grow.
Now the government got it all, and we're gonna push it out here. We got the best of it. Yeah, it's easy to grow. Everybody got it, but they don't got what we got. You feel me? We got the engineer, the best of the best, the fucking, you know what I mean, the primo. You feel me? So with that said, we stack it up. And then
You don't know what they're doing in that lab over there in Mississippi.
Man, they're getting high as shit.
You know,
I
they
need to
got-
go. I need to be down with that lab.
We need to see what there's like half baked when they
Well,
listen,
guys,
to the weed lab.
the good aspect behind weed is so incredible, magical, and one of the things is that you can't just have one awesome and amazing strain. There's always gonna be those awesome, amazing strains. So no matter how hard the government will try to get their dirty paws on, the industry, I doubt. And I'm a businessman, by trade. I doubt, from what it seems like, that's gonna most likely gonna happen.
Do it. People corrupt.
What?
They're gonna do it. People
No,
corrupt, man.
listen. I know people that made strains, but like, it's just way too many. Look, every year there's a better and newer strain that comes out with higher potent.
All it takes is a seed.
Potency and.
That's the hope, right? You're trying to make it more potent.
And no matter what.
Find out who got it, and then you pay them off, and you control them, and then that's still like the government.
Well,
doing it, you feel me?
when it's legal, it's going to be a different playing field. You can literally have investors, you can have investors with, millions in their accounts to, give out significant amounts of money to growers that's been around, and people that won't go to the government. There's a ton of demand that wants, privatize the industry and, do it on your own, just like the old American way, which is the best way. It's the best way that helps the society. You know what I mean? It's small business is much better than
And
big privatized, commercial.
Yeah, and all you have to do is just order some seeds online from Europe or
yeah.
fucking China or somewhere, Canada.
Yeah.
Like they'll never be able to control like the plant itself.
No,
like
no.
it's impossible.
There's going to be a big social market, there's going to be a huge social market, which I think, just let's look at the pizza industry, and I want to say pizza industry just because out of fast food, that is the biggest, industry that's out there right now.
You think so?
And I know so. I've been.
There's
Just
no,
'cause
there's
you
no,
deliver
there's
pizza
no,
doesn't
there's no
mean-
pizza places like over in like
Yeah, that's not
Nevada
everywhere,
and
man.
Cali and
Well,
like
when you look
Iowa
at
and shit.
pizza versus burgers versus hot dogs,
I'll say
et
Mickey
cetera,
D's.
pizza
I'm starving.
is versus fried chicken. Pizza takes
Stop
the
it.
biggest
I'm hungry.
piece of the pie. All right. But even
But
in that
both.
industry with so many competitors, you could have within let's say let's take a demographic of a small Pennsylvania town with 30,000 folks living in there. You could have all your big franchises, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and have 10 more mom and pop stores, and you still have room to expand the business. So when you have a product which everybody consumes, in other words, is what I'm saying, you'll have a big enough playing field where everybody's gonna get to eat. Everybody's gonna get a piece of that pie.
Yeah, you'll get to eat, but what do you want to eat, man? You feel me? Like that's what I'm saying. Like if the government, if we favor a certain, this grower over here, I favor this grower as opposed to this
Look at New
grower.
York.
The government controls this grower. The government's in control
The
here.
government's
Okay.
already doing that with
In the free
food,
market,
though.
in the free market, in the free trade market, you have the choice of who to go to. Or you can, when it's legal, I would choose to grow my own and, choose to distribute my own. Okay.
It's
but
not
if
like-
you choose to go to a grower and you choose to go to a grower that's backed by a government, funding or whatever, government ties, and it's your choice in the end of the day. That's how you choose to deal your business. And you can't, in a free trade, you can't dictate who's gonna go to who to buy what. Okay. So there's gonna be a ton of people with your mindset.
Like totally
there's gonna be a ton
restricting
of people with her
That's the
mindset that would.
dictatorship.
Yeah, I'd like to clarify some of the laws right now in Colorado that don't make it a free market. A free market
not a free
makes
market.
the assumption everyone has the opportunity,
No.
when in fact not everyone has the opportunity to be a grower, get a license, and legally distribute the product. And one of the ways that they restrict that is by making insanely high fees. $25,000
12%
non-refundable application fee. Like I could grow weed all day long, but I don't have $25,000.
So
But-
we know
but-
who,
but
who
there-
So
gets
it
the
excludes
contract,
the very people that you're talking about.
And then-
The only people that can afford that are big corporations and people that
the
have
federal
big money.
government is looking at Colorado and Washington State as an experiment. So whatever the hell goes down over there right now, I
experiment's
mean, that's
over.
ridiculous. It's just corporate bureaucratic government BS. Like you said, $25,000 for application that's not refundable. That's a highway
Wow.
robbery. All right, that is corporate bureaucratic BS.
But
That's
the
their
federal-
way of
That's how they-
segregation.
And-
That's
and-
the way to
Wait, hold on,
segregate
hold
something.
on.
you know?
Exactly.
and at the end of the
Well,
day, we can, if we
I
come
want
together.
this person to buy. I don't want this person to buy.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
can't
horrible.
shop
That-
around
that's
if
not a
I'm
free market.
limited to the
absolutely.
Walmarts and Monsantos of marijuana.
When it comes,
you know?
in America, when it comes to doing trade business, meaning buying and selling retail products, it's as simple as a $50 to $80 application for your tax ID, okay, and whatever the cost of your
They see this as a cash cow for the very reason you're
So-
talking
so-
about. So many people
Ex-
want to vend, so they exploit the system.
Well,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Well,
Like, look at New York. Like,
let's
they
look at
handpicked
alcohol
those
license
5
in New
people
Jersey. Let's
or
look at
had
alcohol
a
license.
bid in.
How much does it actually cost to buy an alcohol license in New Jersey? Does anybody?
If you want a new one,
I
6
think it's
figures.
$250,000, correct?
Yeah,
Starting
around
150 to
250 to
and up,
350,000 and up.
depending. And they
Yeah.
have certain amount per township, and that's done only for sole purposes. You can't have a liquor store on 5 liquor stores on one block. It's stupid. It makes no sense. So if you've been in business from the day that kind of trade was established, it's unfair to you, and which is they're protecting because you're collecting taxes from them, and they're protecting in a sense. That's kind of like protecting your interests and their interests.
No, we have unlimited CVS's, Rite Aids, Walgreens, and that's where I get my medicine. So I shouldn't have the same restrictions as
Well,
alcohol.
that's not
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's not true.
Like
For
you
every-
can't compare
No.
marijuana to alcohol.
Hell
That's
no.
not how CVS Walgreens work. For per
Mothers
every
against weed
certain
smokers.
amount of
I
miles,
see where you're coming
they
from,
do a lot
'cause
of they do a lot of demographic research when
Yeah.
and how and exactly what they're gonna place because they got these corporate entities. They just sit there, calculate how many cars, and they do all kinds of formulas. They don't put it in every single corner, but there is a lot of them, and that just says it. It's medication. Everybody needs it. Same thing is gonna be for pot. But in the end of the day, we need to come together and we need to establish the grassroots and the groundwork for the proper, like we're saying, like we don't want to be restrained like in Colorado by
'Cause, like
ridiculous
in LA,
bureaucratic.
for example, is totally different, right, Ed? Like there's marijuana doctors and dispensaries like everywhere, and people just put them wherever, and it's not like a problem. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't restrict it in the same way that other states have done so, or put these big fees. And people, if you want to sell pot, you should be able to set it up. It's just as easy as setting up your hot
corner
dog
store.
cart,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, a mom and pop shop.
Why
I
not?
think the California
Like
plan,
like all the other vendors.
the free
Exactly.
market system.
Yep.
In the rest of our society, we're told that the free market system is the best. Why not with this? You're off mic anyway. You know that.
That's the magic of weed. I think that's a kind of essentially kind of product that could be incorporated into other products that you won't be able to. Like we got soaps and we got canned food. So it's already so widely excelled and events that I think in the end they're gonna lose no matter what, and we're gonna win. I don't care what anybody says.
They sell cigarettes everywhere. Some of these little food carts, they got cigarettes, blunts, they got ginseng, they got, what if you could get like, a little 20 bag, $10 worth of
What's wrong
pot?
with that?
Why
Yeah,
not?
they
While
should.
you
They
at the
could
park,
sell blunts.
have a nice
People
day and
like,
shit.
I don't see a problem with that. I think that should be totally legal.
Run outside on your lunch break real quick. Hit the weed truck.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right. That's
Have
what
the
I
weed
want.
truck pull up to your job like a food truck.
Right? Or a delivery service like in Half Baked, you know?
Or as Chris Christie said, pull your weed truck up to the White House.
Or
Your
that.
weed truck, that's
Remember
right.
he told me to
He
pull
did
up my
call
weed
your
truck?
weed
Maybe
truck
you
up
should
to-
do that.
Yeah, he called my weed mobile and said pull it up.
We should go to D.C.
Maybe
It
you
is
should
legal
do that.
there, and we should pull up to the White House.
Why not?
And we
Well,
should
you
smoke it
can't
down.
pull up to the fence, though.
Thank you,
No,
Chris
you
Christie.
can't.
You can only walk
can't.
up to the fence.
You
Only
can
thing
get
we
kinda
thank you
close.
for, Mr. Christie.
Yeah.
Great ideal.
If you're there early enough, you can park right up against Lafayette Park.
Have we talked about Christy yet today?
Oh my goodness.
He's like taking this whole marijuana thing to a whole other level. Like the quotes just keep coming, you know.
All right. That's his thing, too. Like, he's not talking about anything else besides
Who
getting these potheads.
is his publicist? I mean, they need fired ASAP. There's so many issues going on right now for him to consistently address marijuana specifically as like and how he's gonna undo. He
He
told
constantly has it in the press in his face. That's
I
what
know,
it is.
he
He's trying to
can't
get the
resist.
older vote.
The way older vote,
you feel
way
me?
older
1956, you know.
way older vote.
Older vote.
No, he's a mess. He said to people in Colorado and Washington and Oregon, not the three like legal states.
Oh, Alaska's
He
legal
said-
now too.
Well,
These
I'm
are
not
very
sure if
up-
Alaska's program has gone into effect. Like July 1st, Oregon's, even though they passed the law a little while ago, went into effect. So might not be there yet. It's coming soon though. But he said like enjoy it now, like get high
Yeah.
now because when I'm president, it's done. Like he's gonna enforce
let's
this.
do-
Federal
you scared
law.
for-
Hey, now that's scary
That's
because
why-
if he becomes president, that means he's already the president right now.
First of all, he's not. But
dead
that's
last.
why Obama on his way out should
Just drop the
Go ahead, make it
Yeah, I've
legal,
been
right?
saying
should
that
change it.
forever.
He should
I don't
do a-
know.
He should do a coursign and just do it the last minute on his way out the door.
That would be great. That'd be fantastic.
Leave him a little present. Whoever, but you know, it depends who wins. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a Republican is gonna win.
Nah. So you think Hillary is?
Maybe.
I don't.
Strong. Every woman in the world gonna try to vote for Hillary.
Not every woman.
Well, almost every
Not-
woman,
no.
and a lot of gay guys.
Hillary for
Nah.
president?
Yeah, people of color really are not feeling Hillary. I'm just saying that like they're not.
Because she
She's
should have
not-
took
she's
care
not
of the president's
Bill.
wingding. Like,
Yeah,
she
it's
can't
not
take
her.
care of that. She can't take care of America.
Honestly,
No.
Sexist.
that's
very
a
sexist.
terrible statement. I will not
Given the
put up with
lesson-
that here. What I will say
Awful.
is this:
Terrible.
we don't know.
Realistic.
I don't blame her for his cheating and lying and disgusting ways. But I do. What I do want to know.
Manly ways.
No, it's not just manly.
No.
ways.
His
What I was gonna
presidential
say
ways.
is, if y'all would just quit interrupting me and being sexist, is that she didn't leave him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
monogamy is
thing.
not
Like
natural.
she's
Maybe
like
she's
putting up with
comfortable
this.
with it.
Well, because she wants to be president.
Right. She didn't
So-
leave when she needed the expertise.
She
No.
knew she needed to be there.
Bill Clinton is
In
is
society,
her, is
there's a
her
lot-
or George Senior. You feel me?
In society, a lot of women put up with
She
their
needed
man
expertise and a little bit of help, a little bit of structure.
messing around.
Well, then don't
not
call
a-
it a
it's not a-
marriage and have vows
It's
and
not
be religious and go to church and tell people what a marriage and a union is supposed to be about when
But if-
you are doing something totally different.
Most
Like back
people,
in the
it's not a
90s,
line
she
in the
was
sand.
on the circuit saying that marriage is between a man and a woman. She was totally not gay marriage, and she was being her little preachy
The bu-
self while her husband is out there, you know,
Right, the
sleeping
business of
with all
politics.
kinds of women. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
politics, baby. Business of politics.
Natural.
That's why I think she's shady. I wouldn't say
It's
like
natural.
she couldn't take care of her
That's
man.
every politician.
You know, because there's people who take care of their men and the men still cheat. Okay? That
hate that
happens.
word.
Yeah, point
cheat.
taken.
So
It's
we
so-
don't know
We're talking
why
about the
Cheat is so
president.
phony.
he
Like,
was
come on,
cheating.
man.
We don't know why he was cheating, but she put up with it,
'Cause
and
it's
that's just
natural
like
to.
kind of.
Because it's natural to.
I don't think it is natural.
Yes, it
Human
is. There's not
being.
one single. You
Weeman's
can't-
No
a
other-
cheater, so he
no
is.
other
smart.
species.
You can't,
No
you
other
can't
species.
name another animal
Word.
that
All
is
of them is
monogamous.
right. We
When
the only
are,
ones think
we
we
are
are.
animals.
Too
Before
smart.
you came in, we were talking about religion. Dude, we're all animals.
Can you
When
turn
it all
on the
comes down
headphones?
to it, we're all animals.
Lots of people commit to being monogamous and do it
Very
successfully.
few.
That makes it that
Very
a lot of
few.
people.
Not very
A lot of
few.
people.
Very few.
A lot of people do it in the butt. That don't make it okay.
No, we ain't gonna go there. That's
I'm
another
just
show.
saying.
I'm
But
not.
Very
Listen, I am in favor of polyamory and polygamy and whatever people want to do in their. I don't care. That's up to them. But
You just
don't.
bash Bill for it.
Yeah, for the reasons that I mentioned, but you were talking over
I
me,
like
so
Bill
you weren't
for those.
listening.
I like Bill
That
for
they were pretending to be like
the
Christian,
Dick slinger.
a good Christian family values, family, and telling people what a marriage should look like and discriminating against, gay people. And you know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that, but then you have to practice what you preach.
Word.
You can't be a cheating, lying, philander, hurting people, hurting women, doing this type of inappropriate
hurting?
behavior.
Every one of them got what they wanted.
I don't agree
Paula,
with that.
what's her name? Paula. Still trying to get some money. What's her last name again?
Monica Lewinsky's famous now.
She's
Paula's on.
her life has been like ruined.
But
she is not
he didn't
doing
ruin
well.
her life. Her
her
chick,
decision
her
making.
friend did.
No, her own
No.
decision.
She was
making.
he
her
should
friend.
not
What is
have
her name?
been
Mon-
fucking
what's her name?
around with
Tripp.
the White House intern.
What's her name?
Okay,
Tripp.
Sexual
and
harassment.
then lying about
It's
it.
harassment, and it's
It's
And
inappropriate.
at the end of the day, this lady had no
There
gun
were
to her
two
head.
grown
And
humans.
she might have had a penis to her head, not
Monica
a gun to her head.
Lewinsky seduced the president.
Did you?
No.
She didn't
No,
seduce him.
you can't
And
seduce
then-
your boss. Your boss can
and
seduce
He
you.
was all about that.
And then what's her name? Tripp. Of course he
No
was.
guns.
She wouldn't have to seduce him.
If you're a
All
man
this
and
is
you walk
strong
around
arm.
like I'm the head dick slinger, do you think women run from you? Hell no. You will
They
always
flock to
have
you.
women. They will
Yes.
come to you.
They want a
still-
job.
it's
They want-
sexual
They
harassment.
want to be that intern.
Man,
It's
It's
sexual
unbelievable.
harassment. That's harassment. That's sexual
It's
harassment.
at the workplace. It's inappropriate. She was an intern. Like you can't
Yeah.
do that
It's
in a
illegal.
professional environment in anywhere.
She
like you
can't do that either.
Did you hear her?
They're both
Did-
wrong, but I'm
Did you-
just saying he's married. She was not married.
And he's the boss.
You know
So
what I
that's
mean?
okay, because she's not
All right, I
married.
understand,
can't-
bro. I never knocked him for that one.
He was the president.
You can't
never
pass
liked him for that one
DOMA, an act like DOMA, when you're doing shady shit against everything that you like. He literally is legislating the conditions of marriage, but breaking all the rules himself. Like, do you guys not get that? Like,
No, you're absolutely right. That's,
But
that's
it's
exactly
politics.
what happened.
That's what they do.
Again,
It's
That's what
crazy.
those people do. I
If he
expect
didn't get
more from them.
married,
These rules
fine.
of
They didn't do any of those things, I
Are
would think something was
constrained by
up.
religious beliefs.
What's going on?
If you're not a religious belief or not a
Hey.
follower of certain religions, your whole way of thinking about those things are totally
Listen, there's
different.
people that I know that are in open relationships and they're cool. They don't try to run other people's lives, though. You know what I'm saying?
so-
and they agree to that,
So
and
how
so
you know
they're cool.
Bill and Hillary weren't kind of like that? But to be politically correct, they both have to,
How
they
you
don't-
know it wasn't on the low, right? What if
Yeah.
they couldn't come out in public? So
Yeah,
then
that's
they
what-
shouldn't be
nothing-
hypocrites
Listen,
trying to restrict other
I-
people's lives.
We are all,
You know?
I'm positive that Hillary knew
that she
Bill
been,
was slinging.
Yeah, me
Of
too.
course she knew.
Okay, well, she
he
accepted
had
it.
those
She
three weren't the
accepted it.
only one. He had like dozens,
Yeah, he
and she
did.
knew the whole time
Right. So,
because she
accepted
had
it all,
political aspirations.
but then there's these.
Because they are famous, because they are together or have been together, they wasn't never going
Power
nowhere.
couple, you know.
Yeah,
I
he
wouldn't be
wasn't never
surprised
going
if
nowhere.
like Jay-Z, you know, he really did cheat on Bey, like. But they're a power couple. We're gonna like let this whole thing go because of an affair. Like, there's real consequences when you throw
Well-
the whole marriage away.
Well,
you
that's
know.
why I like her more.
Yeah.
Because she didn't.
No, he was too much. He was like gross. And it's like he's. Did you read the kind of Star report?
I think. Yeah, I actually read a lot of it.
I read it. That is scandalous. That
But-
is the most scandalous
That
government
shouldn't even
document
have been-
ever.
None of that should have even been in there, man.
No,
That was
I agree.
Republican
The whole
crap.
thing was like really
That was
crazy,
all
but
crap. Monica Tripp, I hope she has a bad life. Not Monica Tripp. What's
Linda
her name?
Tripp.
Yeah,
Linda
Linda.
Tripp.
Linda.
I didn't like her. She was the monster out of that whole thing.
Yeah.
She gave like a snitch gave the information to
Yep.
Ken Starr, who ran with it and made a mockery of everything. But I don't blame Bill for I don't blame him. I don't
And
have
also,
those same
you know,
moral
she's-
constraints.
Yo,
I
Vanessa, you
guess.
know Bill's a pot smoker, so you can't really go that hard on Bill.
He didn't inhale.
He's one of us.
He didn't
Hey,
inhale.
just like he didn't have any
Sorry.
sexual.
He's full of
Hey,
shit again.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I didn't have any
Another
sexual
one of them
relationships
lies.
with
I
that
about to
woman.
say, yeah, that's politics.
Yeah,
I'm not down
okay.
with any of them in the
Okay.
Democratic
My
Party.
local politician doesn't lie to me. I know something's wrong. I know he's lying
Exactly.
to me. You feel me? Like, he doesn't lie. I know
I'm
he's
not
lying
a
to me.
Democrat though, so I'm
All
not feeling
intelligent
Hillary.
people smoke weed, and they lie
But
that
I
they
don't
don't
think-
most of the
I
time.
don't think Bill's going.
That's an intelligent thing to do.
Ms. Clinton's going to have a big
Under the
problem
circumstances.
with the black vote, though. That's how it
Yeah,
started.
that's me neither. I don't think,
No.
or women. Period. I think the
No.
majority of women in the United
First of
States
all,
gonna vote
who's
for
the
her.
alternative?
I
It's going
know,
to be
she's-
Jeb Bush.
It's terrible.
Jeb
No.
Bush or
Bernie
fucking
Sanders.
Donald Trump.
Bernie Sanders is coming in, and he's raised a lot of money since
Yeah.
he started, like
But I don't
a
think he'll
shit
knock
ton.
Clinton.
And
I don't think
Biden.
he'll knock Hillary off.
Biden.
No, but his intention is to move her farther left because she's still really moderate and like shady on a lot of issues, you know. And if he presses like, you know, you have a candidate like that in the primates, you can shape the conversation by saying something so radical that you're,
I think
you
Biden
know, the
and
other person
Hillary
has
should
to
hook up.
shift, you know. That's like his intention, it seems as though, but
I think Biden and Hillary should hook up. Maybe even Hillary as vice president.
she's terrible.
I think that's possible.
She
They-
keeps
if
voting
Biden
to
just
fund the
announced that he
war.
wanna run now.
Yeah.
She
If
keeps
Biden
defending
jumps in-
Israel. Like she has a lot of bad policies. Her whole
I'll
epic,
fund Israel.
all of her own
She
emails
has
that
to-
she had that was like totally illegal. You can't
She has
have
to-
your private
She has to
email.
protect where a lot of money comes from.
Man, they're my emails.
Bankers.
I want to
your
see her
business.
emails. I want to read them.
None of your business.
No, that's if Google can give all our info to the NSA, I want to see Hillary's
That's why
emails.
I'm saying none of your business, because I don't want nobody in my emails. Let her keep hers, because I want to keep mine. Even though they're not my personal ones, somebody's already eyeball.
You don't have access to it. Everyone's
But I'm just
already.
saying I want to keep
No
my own
one-
There is
privacy.
no
you feel me?
privacy.
On that note, though, I think she's wrong because if she was operating as the Secretary of State, she should have been on government servers. And
She was. She
everything
just
should
had
be-
another one on the low.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
I
That's
was-
the one she's holding
Listen,
back
guys.
on.
Exactly.
Listen,
And
guys.
what's wrong with that? We all do
It's
that.
her
Listen,
personal-
guys,
We all
I
want
was-
that.
She
I
shouldn't have
was-
been doing government work on her personal computer.
Okay, but
then.
listen,
Can't
guys.
do
I've
it.
been following Hillary Clinton for the past 3 years, right? Before she, announced her presidency.
She followed the
And
whole
blase,
Benghazi
blase, blase.
scandal.
Exactly,
I
and you
remember
know
all
what
the way
I've
back
seen
to
behind
Watergate.
all this bullshit? I've seen
I'm
the
old.
Republicans fucking hard work. They've been trying so hard to take her out. I mean, when I say hard, they gave it their all. They did
Yeah,
whatever the
They're
hell
not
they.
done.
I only go
They're
back.
not done,
I
but they
run
g-
contract
but they
pop
gave
out.
it their all, man.
They
There's
just
nothing
subpoenaed-
else.
Oh no,
They
we
just
haven't
subpoenaed
seen
her just
anything
now.
yet.
I don't know
they
about that,
are
man.
cooking up a storm. Like
Yeah, we're
The
right.
fight didn't
Listen,
start yet.
the
battle's
the
not on
real
yet.
battle's gonna happen in like the spring. That's like usually when they like.
Well,
No,
for
af-
her,
after
what
the
they dragged her
convention.
through. But they dragged her through,
No,
for the
The real fireworks start after the conventions, after the two
Well-
nominees, after the two nominees,
Yeah, exactly.
and they're going head to head. So I don't know the date of the Republican convention. Sometime in August of 2016.
What I was trying to say is they tried really hard, already for the past couple of years to take her out, like really hard. It was all in the news,
That's
like
what I
every
think
day.
it is. A whole bunch of scams to get rid of her. You feel me? Like get rid of people. Certain things pop out all of a sudden. You
We
feel
need
me?
to get rid of all
You're
of
absolutely
them.
right.
I don't even
Word.
want to
Makes
talk
sense.
about her
Feel me? Just
anymore.
makes sense.
Well, they're in
because
control
she's
of the
so
media.
terrible and
They're
like
in control
the
of
worst.
the media, so if they want to put out scandals with Hillary in the titles, though, that's no Republican media will, be out there within a day, But
They're gonna do it.
yeah, they're gonna do it no matter what. That's their bashing, techniques are old and stinky and rusted, and they should change and be honest with you. If they want to succeed and honestly lead a nation with a good intent and honest and clear, not bullshitting and lying, like they've been doing for so long. It'll work for them. They gotta work hard as hell, but
It's not that simple. Like there's all kinds of research about like political communication and all the kind of stuff you're talking about, like all these like negative ads, lies, propaganda, and the results are in. Like it works on people.
Right. It's all part of the
It
process.
works.
Right.
They employ those tactics because
They work.
they work, and they have done studies where it's all like, there is no negative campaigns. Like for example, they'll just have like candidates running on like their own platforms and stuff, and then the people are unlikely to change their stance, so they have to do these like attack ads because that's the only thing that changes people's minds.
Get you psyched up, basically. Get you amped up.
Right.
Oh, he said that.
And when you go into the ballot box or the polls and you see that name, you make that connection, and like that's what they've researched, and like this shit works, and that's why it's so terrible because they're not gonna stop anytime soon.
After the Bush Jr. era and what we have witnessed and went through and what the country has endured during those years, we seen that the Republican Party in the office, and we seen the Democratic, it's coming to an end right now, but we seen the Democratic effect on the country, and it's from day to night. So I mean, there are so many. No matter how much they try to lie in the ads, lies always come out. And those tactics would only work for so long. People will get tired, and they already are so fucking tired. And we see it in the media, in the news, the unrest, the civil unrest, you name it, whatever. And the elections are determined. I think this time around is truly on the facts. We seen, we felt, we went through, both kind of ideas of running the country, and I think majority that will choose the candidate seems to want to, go with the better ways of dealing,
No, people are stupid. There's too many sheeple. Only a very small percentage of the populace actually votes. And most people, when they go to the polls, don't know what they're doing. So I have a very cynical view of what's going on right now, because since Citizens United, what we've seen without a doubt is the candidate who outspends on media, on TV ads and campaigns, and they usually outspend by a lot, like 6-1. Right. They've shown in all these major elections all across the country that the candidate who spends more money is the candidate who wins.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean you're the best candidate for the job.
Exactly, and it's not because people are deciding this is the better guy to run the government. They're spending money to buy people's hearts and minds and propaganda, and that shit is effective. It works, and so that's what we're seeing in our elections. And until we reverse or undo Citizens United, we're going to see our elections being controlled by big money special interests that are funneled into political action groups.
Yeah.
And then these are the groups that are paying for all this stuff. The candidate technically can't spend so much money. They have to only spend the money they get in through the limited individual campaigns. But if I have $10 million, I can start a super PAC. And then for example, if Ed wants to run for Congress and take Senator Menendez's seat.
That's a good idea.
Ed,
we could form a super PAC, and we could get people.
I actually want to run for a very local office around here.
We could bankroll his whole campaign, through our super PAC. We call it the Weed PAC.
I like this.
The Weed PAC
for a
political action committee, and we could pay for unlimited ads and whatever else we could think of to support his campaign. And as long as we had unlimited resources, we could pull out all the stops. And that's like what's happening. Like, how do you compete against that? If you're just a normal person with really good ideas and a good heart and good ethics, and you want to run for office.
You could run for alderman. Can't run for that?
I'm not sure.
Like Chris Rock did in the movie, remember?
For who? Wait a minute, run for who?
The alderman of the city, alderman council or some shit.
Freeholder.
Well, you can run. I can run for freeholder. I actually probably could have ran this year. This is like the first year in a long time I've just voluntarily not ran for nothing.
You already have a party, right?
Jerked. Huh?
You already have a political party.
Yeah, the legalized marijuana party. But last year I got jerked.
The only party.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, do you guys remember last
Governor,
year what happened?
It screwed you.
That was crazy, man.
Ripped me off.
That was crazy, dude.
They told me I didn't have enough signatures, and I did have enough signatures.
Who did?
Basically, Lieutenant Governor Galgano, however you say her name.
Baguano?
Guaguano, whatever.
Guagana.
Kim Batguano.
Gradana,
And
Bat guano. What?
Yeah,
and then the
Kim Batguano.
the appellate court did like a really crazy thing too. They told me I had to pay for. They challenged me, and I had to pay for the transcripts to prove I was right.
Yeah, I remember that. That was bullshit.
And then the transcripts were like $4,000 and something.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's like
That's-
I didn't
maybe
have
he don't have it. He
$4,000,
shouldn't have that.
But,
That's the
but
key.
even if I had $4,000, $5,000, I wouldn't have used it for buying no transcripts. At the time, I was all screwed up. I still am screwed up, but I had nothing. If I suddenly had $5,000,
I'd have bought a pound too.
No, yeah, I might have bought 2 pounds of weed, so I have 10 pounds. Had the money for 10 pounds
There
later.
you go.
But no, I don't know about that.
Not only
No.
can they
I
deny
would
you,
help.
but
I would
your
help my kids.
your competitors can deny you too. A friend of mine ran for U.S. House of Representatives seat in Philadelphia. I can't remember her name now. Allison Schwartz's seat. He was the first Occupy candidate. And basically they challenged his whole claim that he didn't have enough signatures or it was fraudulent or whatever. And that's what they do. They bury you in court. And of course, she has lawyers on deck. She has a big campaign. She's funded by the Democratic committee. So they can't afford to do that. But if you're just a regular person, which he was, as the community organizer, you can't really litigate that by yourself. So he had to drop out. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They get either driven out by the government itself or by their competitors. That's why we just need to start over again.
Yes, start over again. All the laws, just like everything changing. How come nothing else changing? Like you need to change everything, man. You got all the times changing. Back in the day, it wasn't popular to do certain things. Now they become popular. Well, we need to change our laws.
Did you
the
guys
same way,
feel the activist shift from the Monsanto activism into the weed thing spill out? And I meet a bunch of at rallies now. I'll be meeting all kinds of activists that are like, yeah, we're down there, we're done with this, and now we're here supporting you guys doing this, which is really awesome.
Well, we just need to build a big giant coalition. There's
Yeah.
so many movements. We all need to come together, as you said, to change all these laws.
Every single state has some kind of movement.
why
and,
are
and
our
I'm
laws still
connected
the
to
same?
most
Everything
of them
changes except
on
for
the
our
internet.
laws.
And I think the next step is connecting in real life, all the groups that are online. We come together, at one point, and create this strong, powerful movement that's united.
We're Fully Baked Radio.
Fully Baked Radio.
Fully Baked Radio.
Fully Baked Radio. So we got one caller for the Magical Butter Machine.
One call?
One caller for the Magical Butter Machine. Isn't that funny?
It's a magical butter machine.
Mark is in the lead. Good. Hey, Mark, you're doing good. So far, nobody's knocked you off yet, Mark. So, wow. Boy, if I had the opportunity to win a Magical Butter Machine, I would call just to give it a shot. It's free. I mean, all you got to do is call and answer one freaking question. Come on, man. Really?
The meaning of life.
It's an easy question.
I think Lefty, the big problem in that is that we weren't on the air for a couple hours.
No, we were on the air. I don't know
But
where
there
you're
was no
hearing that.
sound. People were saying, correct?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, we have stoned listeners. Our listeners are stoned out of their freaking mind right now. They have no idea what they're doing because I checked it myself. We were on the air for the last 2.5 hours. So don't give me any crap, listeners. If you're listening now, I don't want to hear it. I know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. Turn your freaking volume up. Jeez. Plug your headphones in.
There might be a volume button on your speakers,
Yeah.
and there's a volume button on your computer and the YouTube channel. And the
Stoned.
channel.
Listeners
So
are stoned,
You got to
man.
check a few places. for
But
that.
what do we
might have to
expect?
pay attention, that's all.
That's all right, though. We like stoned listeners. Just
We
gotta help
love our stone
We
listeners.
love our stone
We gotta
listeners.
help 'em
Fully
along.
Baked Radio, sponsored by the greatest medicine of all, is teaching others how to not need it. MagicButterMachine.com. Get it. It's hot. Makes awesome stuff.
So all week long, you can try to win the machine. Tomorrow night, we have a show, and Thursday morning, we have a show. So tune in. You can try again to win your Magical Butter Machine.
Word, I want one.
Are you a patient?
No.
No, so you have to be patient.
I know.
I'm
well,
not a
that's
patient.
why-
I still
excuse
want
me.
one.
That's why people are not calling in.
When this video goes on YouTube, they'll start calling in. They'll say, oh, they have a Magical Butter Machine, and I can get one for free? You mean all I got to do is call and answer a question? Really? Oh, call. Hurry up. Be dialing, people. Be dialing. Be dialing.
And there's only 4,000 in the United States.
4,000 in New Jersey?
In New Jersey.
You're
Magic
right.
butter machines.
It's true.
Get yours now.
That's true. There is only 4,000
Limited
medical marijuana
quantity.
patients.
Get them while they last.
Be dialing, people. Be dialing. So we're going to end the show in a couple of minutes. So if you want to call in, one last time, 908-616-0682. You got a couple of minutes to call in. But, hey, it's just a magical butter machine, you know?
Yeah, I just want to shout out all the people that came out to our Weed and Greet party over the weekend.
Thank
here
you, guys.
Thank you.
We
At
appreciate
the
it.
Weed Man's Joint, all the bands.
Thank you to the friends from Pennsylvania that came out.
Yeah, the L&J Sessions, the Passengers, Things of Nature, and all the DJs, especially DJ Express. He was like our house DJ, and everybody was so great, you know, and you know, people were just chilling all day long,
We also like to thank the city of Trenton.
Yeah, for not bothering us and just letting us chill. I mean, if they would have driven by, they just would have seen how well behaved everyone is. When
Yeah, I
they're
wasn't
on
talking
high.
about those guys. I was talking about the city. The participants and people that came out made it great for us.
Yes, the people from Trenton. Came from all over, really. But yeah, thanks for coming out. We had a really good time. There was a big cloud of smoke over the joint for a while.
As should be.
But I had a real good time. And the cool thing was a lot of people that came are interested in legalization. So had a lot of good brainstorming going on of like how we can work together to change the laws. And so that's always a beautiful thing. Hopefully, we'll have another event here. We'll keep you guys posted and put information on our page. We have some things coming up, like there is the Boston Freedom Rally. So hopefully the crew will caravan to Boston and check out the largest gathering. And Ed's going to go to the Seattle Hemp Fest, which is next week. And then also we have an event in Trenton, I believe October 17th. It's for cannabis legalization. We'll keep you posted.
Fully Baked Radio.
We have some other shout outs. We want to shout out the Coalition for Medical Marijuana in New Jersey, the East Coast Cannabis Coalition, Sativa Cross, the Cannabis Nurses Association, all of our cannabis veterans. Who am I missing, Lefty? William Haney and what's it called?
Come on. I said it a million times. I've said it. Come on, you got it. Come on. Come on.
I don't know.
Oh.
Show her the box.
I
Show
failed.
her the
No,
box.
I failed because I did not educate everybody about this flag. So it's medical-freedom.com. Medical-freedom.com. Get your William Haney special flag. The only problem I have with this, it's made of nylon, isn't it? Nylon is the enemy of hemp. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. It's the best flag in the world, but
And
come on.
yeah, and all our listeners, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. All the people that
Woo!
have
Thank
sent
you,
us
guys.
free stuff.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to shout out Hemp Heels because I
Yes.
got all this Hemp Heels swag.
Thanks, Fully Baked fans.
You can catch us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Fully Baked Radio. Next week, we're going to come back with a new show, and we're going to have Danny Panzella of CannabisCuresCancer.com. He's going to be our guest and be talking to him. So, oh yeah, I also want to shout out Rocky Mountain High for coming out to our event and giving people some
Samples.
hemp energy drinks. But all right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Thursday. Sativa Cross is going to be broadcasting live from the state capitol.
And tomorrow night.
And
Tomorrow night, we're giving away a magicalbutter.com machine at 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night.
Fully Baked
Radio.
See ya soon. Stay baked.
Peace.
See ya.
Peace. One.